Hello, everyone. Welcome to the weekly sip on Monday this time, which means we'll probably get way less viewers, but that's okay. It was kind of funny. I was looking up what I was preparing for the eventual response videos, and I did find some people who were like, "LOL, dev streams only get like 10 concurrent viewers. What a loser! It's going down to 0 after all this drama. LOL." And I'm like, first of all, the gaming streams get anywhere between like 10 on a really bad day, like if it's like an evening or if like Dave's going by himself, it can go up to like 60, 70. I've seen it going on there during a good day.
It's still not much. Also, hi guys.
Still not great, but also like the weekly sips right now get to between like 250, 300, which is still not bad. Like streamers live off of 250, 300 viewers. Like that's like above minimum wage. It's not great, but it's like not bad. And it's like okay, like just basically. Oh, hi Evelyn. I'm not gonna make the joke anymore. Basically, the reports of my demise are greatly exaggerated. Okay, there's one guy on Twitter. I don't know if you guys have seen him, but he posts underneath nearly every single one of my tweets saying, "You fell off, bro. You fell off, bro. And it's always just a picture of my social blade with everything declining. And then I just started ignoring him, and he keeps posting, but now he's saying like, soon your channel will be deleted. Soon you will leave YouTube. Soon you will have to get a real job. Your time on this platform is coming to an end. Like over and over and over and over. I'm just like, dude, what is this obsessed fucking bullshit? Like, what the fuck?
It's a bot. Nobody's actually that into.
There's one guy. It's me, GigaChad. there's one dude who posts underneath every one of my posts saying, Dev, do you have fun arguing on Twitter while Dave cucks you by fucking Naomi behind your back?
The answer is yes.
Fuck you. Beatings. And I'm just like, this is ridiculous. And then there was one guy who was like, ever since Dev's roommate Dave moved out, he's been going downhill. And I'm just like, dude, that would help me. That would fucking help me. Yeah, I've got some devoted, deranged fucking haters who just make shit up like crazy.
Yep.
Good morning, Sippas. What have I missed?
Nothing.
So, Dev, how does it feel every day to wake up and see Dave and realize what you could have been? Worse?
Be taller.
That's okay. That's the one thing Dave has over me is that he's taller, right? Like when we were younger.
No, he has a nicer beard than you do.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Anytime you've tried to grow your beard out, it just like stops and looks kind of patchy. But it doesn't grow anymore into like a big bush. It just stops at like spike level.
Yep. It's kind of
well.
What's really funny is that like I'll when we were younger, Dave had like all the Riz points. He was taller. He was more handsome. He was just like better at talking to people. He had more friends.
He's still better at talking to people than
all this stuff, right? And I was just like the fucking
gremlin.
I was the little
goblin.
I was the little gremlin friend who was kind of creepy and played too many video games and didn't like social situations. But now
you're still like that.
Well, now it's like it's kind of reversed.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know,
because now Dave like gremlins around all the time. He's like, I don't like going out partying anymore. It's like, yeah, because you're fucking 55. You old ass fucking husk.
Then that makes you 52.
And then for me, I still have all of the negatives from my younger years of being like playing too many video games, not caring about social situations. But I'm much better at talking to people than I was. Now, sometimes I actively stick my foot in my mouth because I just don't fucking care. But like, if I have to be like, okay, Dev, you must be diplomatic here, I can do it now. I wouldn't be able to do that before. And secondly, the skills that I cultivated while working this whole time while he partied have like kind of put me ahead in like the mid range of life. I remember it's okay. This is not just going to be shit on Dave stream.
Sure,
no, it's not. No, it's not.
Starting off strong.
No. So there was a moment where we were in our like early to mid 20s, and I was like, Dave, we aren't like you should be first of all, you should be at university by now. You're not, but you should be. Secondly, you're at the age where like party time's over. It's time to work, right? You don't get to go out and hang out with your friends like 4 nights a week, and also have enough money to like have a fucking career in like your own place. And he's like, no, there has to be a way to do both. It's like, meanwhile you do fucking nothing, dude?
I mean, there is. It's cocaine.
I guess.
It's cocaine.
No, basically, there are some like Dave didn't really get truly on board with the channel until like good money started rolling in. Then he was like, okay, I'm here. He didn't see the vision the way
What?
that I did.
Is it Dev being ableist because he got out of his autism stream tonight?
Babe.
No.
He didn't trust the process? Kinda. Yeah. Hey, Christina, what's up? Hey, Sparkles, what's up? Hey, Yvonne. Hey, Boomer. What's up, guys? What's going on? No, basically, like there are some people who have a personality type where they're like, you know what? I'm going to build my own business. I'm just going to fucking work for myself. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, you.
And I'm just going to grind it out. If like, well, in the
Except
early...
you don't know how to grind.
In the fuck you. In the early days, like starting up your own business is never successful. Like you have to like make it work.
Yep.
So those early days, like no one's on your side. They're like, just get a fucking real job, you loser. It's not gonna work out. And then like after you start making money, everyone comes around. It's like, oh, look what you did. Oh, it's work. Oh, and it's like, yeah, you didn't fucking believe me before.
Yeah. It's usually how it goes.
Dave started the channel. He writes all the scripts. Dev, any videos you're working on? Oh, lots of them, dude. Okay, so yesterday,
You know you don't have to talk this loud, right?
yes, sorry. Well, you yell. You have chocolate on your face.
Yeah. I was eating a cookie.
You didn't finish your cookie. Go eat it. Take a big bite.
I don't wanna.
Is it too big now? You know what I found? Those cookies.
They're so big. Me and Dev. Okay, listen. Me and Dev like went on a really quick trip to Costco this morning, and our Costco sells like cookies. They're all giant because everything
Big,
at Costco
soft
is giant.
cookies.
The only thing that's not giant at Costco is the slices of pizza. That's literally it.
Yeah.
I think that's the reason why I break my gluten fast and just kill myself. But the cookies, they're so big, and me and Dev split them in half, and they're still too big.
Yeah, like I think it's because like I now eat less food because I am slowly doing the weight loss journey once again, and things have been going okay with me for that. But like
It's thick and soft, so are the cookies.
now when I try to eat one of those cookies, by the time I've eaten my half of it, I'm like, ugh,
Yeah,
I'm done with this.
Yeah.
Bleh. Alex Pinkstone, all the sips get deleted after streaming. They go over on the side channel. There's a side channel. There's a side channel called Devon Friends where I plan to upload other things there eventually, probably after I move.
Everything's after you move.
Everything's after I fucking move. Yep. Jesus.
Yep.
But for now I'm just uploading stream VODs there.
It's because you ate half a tub of Miracle Whip first.
No.
Miracle Whip would be less filling.
No, man, I had one of those Costco hot dogs today. $1.50 for a hot dog and a drink, and the hot dog's big, so it's like, dude. Everything is after we move. Yes, lives in Dev's walls. Thank you, dude. And $2 from Dracus. Hey, Deva informed Dava he's the real face of. Fuck you. You're banned. A couple of them aren't there. The ones that. So here's the thing.
They're slacking on the
Any of the videos that get nuked by YouTube, they're like, nope, these are demonetized. They're copyright strike, whatever. I give them to. There's a fan in the Discord who runs the Lost Dev Vids channel. I give them to him, and he uploads them on Lost Dev Vids, because that's a completely demonetized channel that I'm not involved with. But he's just, like, uploading everything that's been demonetized of my stuff.
Nope.
The
hot dog was big and stinky.
Fuck you. Okay. So, the actual,
Saucy.
Oh, Dev, are you shy about it today? Everything. What other common thing we be ignorant of? Everything. Okay. So videos that I'm working on, right? So Saturday night, I began working on, like, I've been trying to...
Are you allowed to talk about the one that you were working on yesterday?
Yes.
Okay.
That's fine. So I've been working on and off on the response videos now for like months, right? And Saturday night, I started working on a big job with related to the response videos, like the Ace, Aiden, Paladin, Cure stuff. And I worked from like 8 or 9 p.m. that night till like 4 a.m. I just lost track of time completely. I was like, what the fuck? I looked up and I was like, is it 4 a.m.? And so at 4 a.m., I go to bed. I wake up Sunday morning at 8 a.m. And I said, you know what? I'll just finish this job that I was doing. It's not that much longer, I'm sure. And then I'll go do the SIP. That was yesterday. And I worked on that project until like 4 p.m. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't even look. I completely lost track of the time. And I talked in the Discord. For those of you who aren't in the Discord, get in the Discord. I talked in the Discord in the Dono channel. I was like, hey guys, can I just do this SIP tomorrow since it's a long weekend for you Americans? They're like, yeah, it's fine. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna keep working on this. But then I was like, I've had enough of doing the response videos. So I decided to go and do a different network. Let's go playing Blueprints. No.
Can confirm he was not playing Blueprints.
I was not. So I started digging through like the rest of those videos that are a little bit older. They're a little bit older. And I was like, I still want to talk about these topics. And so real quick, Sparkles, thank you for the member for 20 months.
Morning.
Have you liked the AI videos pictures I made of you? Yeah, I saw the mermaid one. Thank you. I put it in the fan art channel in Discord. Thank you very much, Sparkles. Sparkles. Okay, Sparkles was watching the Pirate Software video and she immediately stopped watching as soon as the hentai scene appeared. Of the Mortal Kombat girls with 3-foot cocks. And I was like, dude, this is great. That was so... Okay, you thought that scene was hilarious.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Lots of people were actually mad that I put it in there. It's like, get over yourselves, guys. Come on, it's a joke. It's a fucking joke. Also, that video has been so good for my channel. Seriously. I've gained like 1,000 subs since I put that video out. The channel's back in the green again. That was insane to put 5 minutes in. Here's the thing. YouTube tends to not check more than like a minute or two in. Like if you put porn in the first minute, you're fucked. But that's why I don't know if you noticed, but like the first 10 minutes of the video is a bit, it's not quite as tight because I was specifically rambling a bit to make it spaced out enough that I figured YouTube wouldn't notice. And 5 minutes was enough. Like 5 minutes, people are like, 5 minutes is not that long into a 3-hour video. Yeah, sure. But it's long enough for YouTube not to notice or not to check. Because 5 minutes is halfway through a 10-minute video. If you know what I mean. Are you looking at it?
I'm looking at it, but the face doesn't look enough like you. It just looks like some random Jewish girl.
Jewish? You
Yeah.
fucko. Wait, Dev's next arc will be covering the intersection of video game personalities and politics. Dev's Technicals arc, if you will. Someone said something about like a Technicals video recently that I should go check out. I don't remember exactly what it is. But I do like technical stuff. Okay, so let me lay this out for you. Oh, hey, Festiva the traitor.
What?
The traitor.
What?
Liar. Festiva, you're sub to Aqua and not me, therefore you're a traitor. Banned.
You're making him a princess next? Sounds good. Make sure the princess has curly hair. and a not giant beard.
Coffee over.
Shadow.
Coffee's over.
Make it a drag princess.
Let me finish what I was saying real quick, okay?
Did you forget it already?
Partially. What we were talking about before Sparkles and the fucking mermaid dev.
I don't know.
Naomi!
I wasn't listening to you talk.
Okay, so
What do you think I do here?
Okay, the Pirate Software video has done very well for my channel. It's pretty much reversed my fortunes. I'm on the up and up now.
For now, until you make another video.
I'll probably blow myself up again. Sure,
Yeah,
whatever.
nah.
But like, that video has been good for the old wallet. It's been really good for the metrics and for the algorithm and for me. Basically, like, damn. Archer's even like, Dev, that video was really good. Why don't you just do drama? Why don't you just cover drama videos? Because like your Trigger Conroy video was good, and your Super Mega video from back in the day was good, even though that's like 2 years ago now. You know, and this video was good. Why don't you just cover other YouTubers' drama? Why don't you just like become Chud Logic, basically? And it's like, you know what? I probably will do more of that because it was fun. It was a fun video to make. I just enjoyed making it. You know. Thanks for the $3, Noomer. Here's some money for being a good sport. Are you talking more on DevCord than on Twitter? Thanks, man. Become Queenman. Okay, here's the thing, right? So I would consider myself friends with Chud Logic, we've had like a bunch of conversations now over the years in private, and like, he's been on like the Archcast once or twice, and like we've talked a whole bunch. And Chud's a good guy. I've been on like Adam and Sitch with him, and EFAP. And Chud's a good guy in my opinion. Queeman's like the same as Chud, in that they're like left leaning politically, but they're also edgy as fuck. They don't give a shit about any of the woke virtue signaling nonsense. They don't like any of the right wing stuff, but they're here to like farm drama, have a laugh, screw around. They might be politically left wing, but they're still gonna like insult you to your face and drop slurs sometimes for fun. Like just be edgy people, right? And that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, well, actually, the chat makes a good point. The reason that your dramas are so good is because they're 6 months after the drama's already happened.
Yeah, I wait for them. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So you have to do other videos while you're waiting for drama.
Well, dude, there's old dramas I can do now. I've missed the Super Mega update already. I can go back and do that. No. But anyway, here. So, everyone hates channels that do nothing but drama. Yeah, but like, Chud and Queeman are both popular. Chud more so. But okay, here's the thing though, is like, Queeman, like, I don't know if anyone's actually friends with Queeman.
What a mean thing to say.
Well, no. Like, he doesn't seem like that. I'm not saying this in a mean way. No, hear me out. Like, I would say I'm friendly with Queeman, but we're not friends the way that I'm friends with Chud. And I don't think it's. I think it's just that Queeman is the kind of guy to like keep everyone at even people he might be politically aligned with at arm's length, because he knows the YouTube drama game, and he's like, I'm just gonna do my own thing. It's like fair enough. I cannot like this is not in any way an insult towards Queeman. Like, I like his content. I think he's funny. But he's definitely the kind of dude that, like, he's not like a betrayer or a backstabber. It's not like that. But it's like, if I wanted him, like, I would not expect him to come to bat for me if there was a story where I'm partially wrong. Mm-hmm. I think he would be like, nope, it's drama. Let's go, boys. Because he's chasing the paycheck. I respect that. Like, nothing. I'm not saying anything negative about the guy. Mm-hmm. It's just that, like, Chud hasn't covered my dramas, and partially because there's not much meat on the bone there, and also partially because he's my friend.
Sure.
Oh, fuck you. What is it? You know what? Beatings. Fucking beatings.
I just agreed with you. He had beat me
start covering increasingly old drama. Talk about PewDiePie being racist like 7 years ago.
Yes. I feel like talking about
hey, Owen, what's up?
PewDiePie would be like a fucking 5-hour video.
I gave you 100, you lubber. Don't call me Shatoria, so I'll draw you getting shafted by Nooms and her boyfriend after I draw the elf lolly.
Do it anyway.
Thank you for the $5, Festiva. You traitor. But anyway, no, I like both Chud and Queeman a lot.
I notice you, even though I'm not DevPie.
Dev, did you hear that Archduke Ferdinand was assassinated? But back in 1919, or the fuck it was?
Hey, Yvonne.
The thing to remember is that PewDiePie loves Mishima, but never talks about Mishima being a gay fascist. Well, this is the thing, Evelyn, is that... God, this is going to sound terrible, but it's fucking true.
Hey, Alejandro.
There is value in reading fascist literature, especially Japanese fascist literature, because Japan's political system was, even though they committed some incredibly terrible things.
It's okay, Katie.
Fuck you. There's still...
But she said she can't make it.
Oh, hey, Katie, what's up?
Listen, I am just replying to the chat as you spout off. Spout off? Mm-hmm. What is that phrase? Is it spout off? Mm-hmm. Spout off about nonsense? Mm-hmm. All right. I'll assume that's the phrase, and I'm right.
No, it's because the philosophy that underpinned Japanese World War II politics is wildly different than the philosophy that underpinned European World War II politics. It's important to understand them. I remember there was someone. Hey, J-Mac, thanks for the 20 memberships, dude. How's it going?
Thank you.
Also, I think it really depends on if Sitch gets his ass in gear, but I think we'll be doing a D&D soon. J-Mac, Adam, Sitch, and Regs. That's the plan.
Are you guys doing, like, freestyle? Like a not a, like, printed campaign?
I don't know.
Are you using 2024 rules?
I have no idea. Actually, I don't know.
Tell me all the details.
I just know that we plan to do a campaign.
God damn it! Let me live vicariously through you and your
Hey, Mark.
D&D sessions.
Why don't you just join a D&D session?
Because I'm shy.
Listen, now that you make 50,000 fucking of your OCs in
No.
Baldur's Gate 3 and then
Shut
goon to
up.
them constantly.
No, I don't.
Fuck, okay.
Fuck you.
I guarantee you. I'm going to fucking I'm going to pull up that porn of the Get Yankee chick with her giant green cock just face fucking Shadowheart.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, yeah, I upvoted this like dozens of times.
No. No.
But thank you very much, J-Mac. Thank you very much for all those memberships, man. Very appreciative. Thank you. You're the best. More porn on stream. Okay, that leads into the next topic.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
What you were doing yesterday.
So I decided to go back and check out. Hell yeah, brother, we're doing a 2014 5e one-shot. One shot? Okay, sure.
Yeah, fun.
Sounds good. Thank you very much for the 20, J-Mac. Very appreciative. You're the best, man. J-Mac's DMing. But okay. Listen. It's time to talk about pornography. So, I went back and looked over slightly older topics that we couldn't cover because of what happened earlier, right? That happened earlier in the year that we've talked about many times already. And of those videos, I've now made several of them, right? Because there was the Pirate Software video, which was held up because of that. There was the Stuttering Craig Bunlith video, which was held up because of that. There was at least one other. I can probably just go check real quick.
Why?
I'm just listing them off, so I have them all in my head. Yes, the Tesla video, that was on that list. The Tesla bombings or the Tesla, vandalism. That was on that list. There was one more video. I was thinking about doing a video on the Jordan Neely Daniel Penny trial because that wrapped up a week before everything went down in January. And I was in the middle of making that video and then I stopped. So I've been thinking of going back to that video. The trucker video is on that, and the trucker video is still about halfway done. It's just I just set it aside, but it's about halfway done. And then there was one more video. The Skullgirls 2 video happens when the court case is done. There was one more video. All right, and the one final video was the video about No Mercy. Now, do you guys know what No Mercy is? Yeah.
It's Overwatch, yes. That's exactly what it is, Overwatch.
I'm trying to get a safe for work picture, for fuck's sake. Because, Jesus. I mean, there's nothing showing on this. It's fine. I'll just pull it up. Okay, so. It's this game.
Also, I can't see the chat, so if you guys are applying.
Yeah, it's this
Thanks.
game. Okay? So, a porn game came out. A porn game came out where basically you play as the stepson of a hot stepmom, and you discover that your hot stepmom is cheating on your dad.
Ah.
And so you decide to just rape her, molest her, blackmail her,
Yep.
and then turn her into a sex slave.
Yep.
And that's the game.
Yep.
And to be honest, well, here's the thing. Everyone's like, okay.
Yeah, exactly,
Hold
Arbra.
If you played any sort of porn game or any sort of hentai game, any sort of visual novel, these kind of games
Pornographic visual
are
novel.
a dime a dozen, right? Like if you watch any kind of hentai, whatever, right? There's always, the heartless bastard guy who rapes women, and then there's multiple paths or romances or endings, and usually the best ending is one where the girl or girls fall in love with him. he kind of softens up a little bit around the edges as a result, and they kind of live happily ever after in their harem. And that is the, like, that storyline is, you're a fucking Fujoshi, tell them. That storyline is so common in porn games. How common is
common.
that? It's very common.
It's
all right?
the type. Anything else is a divergence from that.
It's so common. And for some reason, this game specifically went viral, and everyone fucking attacked it and destroyed it. So, like, you had right-wingers who were like, oh my God, they're doing this Christian bullshit. No. They're doing this anti-Christian bullshit. We have to censor it for our children, that kind of thing, right? Mm-hmm. And then you had, like, feminists who were coming along, and they were saying, oh my God, I can't, this is like, this normalizes abuse against women. We have to take this down. And, like, everyone jumped on this. And it made, like, mainstream news. You had people fucking, like I think, like, CNN talked about it.
Thanks for the $2. 60% of men have thought about being dominated. Dev knows.
Fuck off. So, like, it's a game that, and here's the thing, now that I've played through it, because I played through it last night.
Yep.
I'm not gonna fucking stream it. Jesus Christ, guys. But I played through it last night. And I was like, okay, this game is like kind of like a below average example of the genre. It's not that great. The main girl's kind of hot. Mm-hmm. The one Latina chick in the game is kind of hot. Mm-hmm. Most of the other girls are just like weird looking, and all the guys are weird looking. So there's like a bunch of goofy faces and just like dumb shit. Mm-hmm. And the story itself is just, it fluctuates between being so overdone it's boring and then like completely retarded. Mm-hmm. YouTubers normalize women being put on a leash. Oh, that's honey. Yeah.
Actually, I was gonna say the same thing as Miss Sparkles just said. Could it be that it's not cartoon anime and that's the problem? Like,
partially, but no, because in my research, I've discovered there's a ton of other games exactly like that on Steam right now.
That are like specifically rape, not just about sex?
Yes, that are like guys will like just dominate women into submission and then like just turn them into sex slaves. And they're like they're not like they're like kind of realistic like that, not anime style. Mm. The only reason this one was taken down is because the internet noticed it. Fun. And then I read through some of the mainstream articles on No Mercy, and one of them said, in this game, this horrific, grotesque game that is being peddled to your children right now, you can impregnate a woman, and then she'll give birth, and you can kill her and the baby. And I'm like, listen, I don't know what route that was, but I got 3 endings, and I could not find that route. Maybe it's in there. Maybe it's some hyper secret ending that I just didn't find. But I couldn't find that ending in the game, guys. Like, that was, like, I think that might have just been a straight up lie.
Probably.
Like, where did that come from? Just making shit up?
Yeah.
Dev was trying so hard to get that ending. Well, I got the main 3 endings, right? Because there's the domination ending where you just like completely mind break her and then degenerate her into like a fucking whore. And then there's the love ending where you guys have happily ever after. And then there's like you failed at filling up either the domination or the love meters, so you get the ending where you're caught. Mm. And that's like the bad ending, right?
Wait, I thought you said this was a harem. You would keep talking about girl as in singular.
Well, it's the thing is that, like, this is kind of how the game is really shit, is that the only character that you actually have an ongoing relationship meter with that the game tracks is the stepmom.
Okay.
And there's 3 meters. There's domination, love, and lust.
Okay.
Every other girl in the game, you can fuck, and they just throw themselves at you with no effort. And they don't track any of the relationship that you have with them. So here's one thing that I kind of discovered, and this is why I think it's a bad game, is that...
Also, thanks for the $2.
Thank you. No mercy in this dojo, man. Karate Kid got dark. Hey, thanks, man. So here's one thing that I realized, is this is kind of why the game is shitty, All right, this is why the game is shit. There's a subplot woven throughout the 7 days. It takes place over a 7-day period. There's a subplot woven throughout the 7 days where like you're selling drugs to your friend at university. Okay, and you can like choose to get paid for the drugs. You can choose to beat him up to get more money. You can choose to not give him drugs. You can choose to like there's a bunch of choices that'll change the outcome, right? And so my first playthrough, I gave him harder drugs, and he ended up like getting his mom hooked.
His mom or his stepmom?
His mom.
Okay.
So she turned into a hooker
Okay.
because she apparently was a drug fiend like back in the day, but she got clean.
Oh, wow.
And then she like stole her son's drugs. She's like, I'm getting these drugs away from you. And then she had them, and then she just turned into a fucking hooker. But like, so there's a scene where very early on day one, you can actually bump into Tommy's, the guy's name, the friend is Tommy. You can bump into Tommy's mom in the cafeteria, and then she's like, listen, come talk to me because I don't want you selling drugs to my son anymore. And then you can be like, okay, like if you play your cards right, you can get a hand job from her in exchange for not agreeing to not sell Tommy any more drugs.
Okay.
Okay, and that's like the first sex scene with her. Or you can just tell her, I'm not the person. I'm not him. I'm not Tommy's friend. I'll tell him when I see him. I'll let you know. But like you walk away from it, right? And then on day 7, there's a possible scene where you can fuck Tommy's mom in the dressing room of a clothing store.
Okay.
Okay? However, on my third playthrough, because I was getting footage for a video, on my third playthrough, I ignored Tommy's mom on the first day and told her I was someone else. Then on day 7, I fucked her in the change room. And she had like, there was no reaction to me saying that I was the person that I said I wasn't on day 1. And I realized the game doesn't actually track your relationship or the ongoing story with any of the other women.
Hey, Sean. Yeah.
You can just fuck them if you want, regardless of any consequences, and regardless of what came before. And I'm like, okay, so with the main girl, there's like meters and there's like relationships, and you have to like make the right choices and like buy certain things. But with all the side chicks, you can just have them effortlessly. And I'm just like, this is a poor example of a
Rape harem fantasy.
of a rape harem game, yeah. Because usually, like, if you go play like some of the more sophisticated versions of these games, there's like relationship meters for each girl.
Sophisticated is the word I would use.
Well, there's like relationships for each girl, and there's like events that happen based on your relationship.
Is
level,
this
right?
V's game?
Yeah.
Thanks for the $2, Ballcraft.
Is this V's game? Thank you very much, dude.
Doesn't V's game have Monster Girls in it, or am I thinking about somebody else's?
I think he has like 3 succubuses.
Okay. No, it was Succubus's. That's what it was. Succubi!
Thank you, Stug. So basically, I wanted make a review of this game in the style of AVG instead of a breaking character.
It would be so fucking funny, I'm not gonna lie.
What were they thinking? Okay. So basically, like, I want to cover the drama that surrounded this game. Yeah, they are, Sean. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm happy about it. But I want to cover the drama surrounding this game, okay? Because there is the fact that these games are a dime a dozen.
Yep.
And for some reason, the mainstream media and also progressives and conservatives online all dogpiled it to the point that it was taken off Steam, taken off itch.io. It was taken off of Patreon. And I think like it's still up on Subscribestar, but the guy just abandoned the project. He just like left the internet.
I mean,
So he had an upcoming patch in progress in order to have sex with like another one of the girls who's like a side character who you can't have sex with right now. He was going to add scenes in with her, and he just abandoned it.
I mean, I would too. I do not blame the developer for
Because
abandoning that.
he got like so fucking dogpiled by everyone. And by the way, like, okay, let's say that you don't like porn games. Fine. Let's say that you find the idea of a game where a guy sets out to like punish women with raping them as obscene. Completely fair opinion. Most people would find that to be obscene. But we're talking about free speech here, right? And also we're talking about like fetishes here. and people saying, no, you can't have that fetish because it makes you evil, which I think is completely fucking ridiculous.
I think it depends on the fetish.
Not if you're not, like, if you're consuming just fiction and not hurting anyone in real life,
No, then
I
yeah,
don't care.
fine, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, feet are evil. There's actually a foot scene in it,
Well,
too.
actually, yeah. Did he commission voice actors, or were all the voices AI?
All the voices were clips from porn that you just stole. like the girls who were, like, moaning, it's very clearly, like, clips from pornography that you just, like, took.
That's
Like,
actually really
sound
funny.
clips, I mean sound clips. Yeah.
I mean, if it's free.
It's like an IGN 7 out of 10 porn, VN. Thank you very much, Alaska Knight. Thank you. Yeah, CNC is no longer kosher. And in fact, like, okay, one of the people, so I gave a take on Twitter that I got absolutely fucking, like, raped for, okay?
Speaking of rape.
by leftists. And one of the people who jumped on me was actual Jake, Corncob Man. And he said, if you support the existence of the rape game, even if you're not a rapist yourself, that means that you're actually pro-rape. You are supporting the existence of rape. And I'm like, this is okay, so I support carjacking and murder and, like, shooting up streets with like guns, all this shit if I play Grand Theft Auto. Like, it's a dumb fucking argument.
Yeah.
But all the progressives were pulling out these arguments when I simply said, I support this game existing. I don't agree with it, but, like, this is a free speech issue. And all the progressives fucking jumped down my throat. And I'm like, this is insane. This is, like, they have become the right-wing Puritans.
Well, I mean, wasn't your complaint for many, many years that, like, the far left doesn't care about free speech?
Yes.
Yeah.
I still believe that, yeah.
Yeah.
And the far right doesn't either, but the far left doesn't. Yeah. So, and then, like, I started digging into, I'm not going to give away the whole video, but basically there's more to the video than I'm planning than just talking about the game.
A review of the game. Yeah. It was bad. Not enough rape.
I just thought No Mercy was disgusting and just didn't care it got pulled down, but yeah, free speech. Yeah. Like, this is probably some variant of the safe horny conversation where, like, progressive people are allowed to have sexuality in the eyes of progressives, but non-progressive people can't. Because progressive people have the correct politics, and so that worldview serves as a bulwark against normalizing bad behaviors in real life.
Yeah.
Like, if you guys know what I mean, it's like, okay, if you have, like, a non-progressive person who plays the rape game, what they're doing is they're normalizing rape a little bit more, and maybe they're like tilting their own thoughts more in that direction, and if they end up raping somebody, that makes the world a physically worse place. Okay. However, if you have a progressive person who enjoys that, well, their progressive politics act as a bulwark in their mind, so they know politically that this is bad, so they can freely enjoy whatever is the content of this game because their politics are correct, and it's a bullshit fucking stupid argument. But you do see it a lot among left-wing people. This is like, this type of thinking is exclusively a left-wing problem. It's not on the right. The right wing has their own different problems. The right wing, they're just, like, straight up, this is degenerate, God says no, censor it. But, like, the left wing has, like, this kind of weird twist on it. So yeah, it is a safe horny thing, for sure. Mm-hmm. But it's also like human sexuality is oppressive and dangerous, especially if it's male gaze focused. However, if you have the right political opinions, those opinions will inoculate you to the negative effects of the male gaze, so you can then engage in it. And it's like, this is such cope. It's such fucking stupidity, considering how many left-wing people that are just bad. Like, being evil is not exclusive to one political side, guys.
Yep.
So, I want to talk about it. I want to talk about this game. That's disgusting. What was the game called again? No Mercy, Tidge.
Except it was bad because all I could hear was Dev laughing just periodically. If a porn game makes you laugh, it's not sexy enough.
Well, here's the thing. I'm pretty sure the face model was Daenerys Targaryen for the main girl.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell just by looking at her.
Okay.
Like a stylized version of Daenerys?
Well, no, because like she's been in video games and stuff, so like her model is out there.
Oh, okay.
So they took it and used it as the face, and then changed up. Here, I'll show you this. Okay, just real quick, guys.
What are you looking for?
Hold on. So the No Mercy, God, WWF No Mercy. Okay, so the developer is called Zerat Games. Okay, I'll just pull this up. Like with this lighting, it looks a lot like her. I think
You have to show me
that face.
You have to show me the character.
Okay, just real quick. Hold on. I'll just.
Wait, did you mute us? Oh no, you mute. Never mind. I don't know what's going on. Ignore me.
It's really loud. Okay, like this face with this lighting looks very Daenerys-y.
Show picture of Daenerys in video game, Dev. I can't do a comparison without the faces in front
I don't
of my face.
fucking know. Okay.
Fuck.
Okay, hold on.
Video game.
I'm gonna get her real life face. That's what we're really comparing it to.
I don't see it though.
Like, hold on, chat.
I don't see it. Also, the screen's too dark.
Okay, there's only so much you can fucking do here. Like, what do you guys think? Nose is similar. Mouth, the way the mouth kind of goes up like that is kind of similar. Not close? Okay, well, fuck.
That's you and your face blindness.
Yeah, probably.
I don't see it at all.
Okay, I definitely see it.
Oh.
Maybe a little? Okay. Yeah, so, okay. For those of you who you guys don't know,
Show us a brighter picture.
I've spoken about it on the channel, but it's not really a big part of my life, so I don't really care. But I have some face blindness. I can't tell the difference between people.
Was I not supposed to say that?
I'm not sure if I've talked
sorry.
about I don't care. Like I'm not sure if I've like spoken about it on the show before, but I think I have.
I don't know if you have or not. I just realized that. I apologize.
That's fine. You can see it? Okay. It's not just me. Good. The Temu version?
Yeah, I don't see it at all. I'm sorry.
Okay. By the way, the music in the game is actually not bad. It's actually not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Can you read expressions? Not really.
I mean, you can with practice when it's people you know really well.
Yes. Okay. I thought that you actually forgot that I couldn't see faces, because there have been times.
I don't forget. I'd like to tease you about it all the time, but like sometimes I forget because you'll make comparisons like this.
No, there have been times where I've just casually asked you, "Hey, is that person?" And you had to confirm yes or no.
Yeah.
And I always think like, do you remember why I'm asking? And you don't. You fucking don't. Yeah, that track was solid mid. Yeah. Should use the music in a normal video essay. Yeah. This is so.
Yeah, that's surprisingly relaxing music.
Yeah. Like this is the OST. Right. Well, by the way, this is the dad who like that you steal the wife from, like your dad.
So the cuck.
The cuck. And like his music's kind of nice. Like, okay.
Why is the music so relaxing?
Like his music. Here, listen to this. And now we're going to learn about physics today over on Veritasium. Like this sounds like educational video music. You know what I mean?
Dev, steal that music.
$2 and lives in Dev's walls. Thanks, man. I wear face-covered clothes to avoid detection. Matrix, thanks for the 50 kronar. I'm consuming this rape simulator critically. Ballcraft, evil is good if the right people do it. Thank you very much for the donations, guys. Right from a free music library. They credited a composer, so apparently they had a composer on their team.
That means this is going to get demonetized then.
Maybe. Wait, with you being blind in terms of faces, the fact that you have ultra low standards makes sense now. Fuck you. Okay.
Ah!
Listen.
Knife to the heart.
When it's people I know, Like, I can pick out you from a crowd. I can pick out Dave from a crowd. I can pick out, like,
Your
my mom
parents,
from a crowd.
Yeah.
My sister's kind of hard, but fuck her.
But no, listen, you just look for
Je-
giant sweaters.
I can pick out Jess from a crowd. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, man. Okay. Face blindness plus the autism. It's combined together to make like some.
No, see, it works together well because I am terrible with names. I can't remember anyone's name. It takes me about like a week to a month, depending on how much I interact with the person, to remember their name. But I remember faces really, really, really well. So I remember the people's faces, and you remember their names, and we're good.
Okay, here's Tommy's mom, who you can transform into a fucking drug whore if you choose the right path. All right, this is the best music in the game. Just listen. Dude, yeah.
Why? Okay, every time you show me something, and you're just like, this is amazing music, I love this so much, there's always like some sort of like soft rock. Listen to more soft rock. All you listen to is fucking techno music. Listen to soft rock more.
That's Metallica. Need a jamming emote? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
By the way, also, if you play your cards right, you can get Tommy to fuck his own mom.
Good God.
And he's like, thanks, bro, you really helped me out here.
Ew.
Apparently he's always wanted to.
Incest is where I draw the line. Rape, fine. Incest, no.
Whoa, no.
I'm kidding.
Hey, Mega Met. So yeah, basically, the game is hilarious and fucking terrible. And it's not at all.
It's not that horny.
It's not that, like listen.
Thanks, Big Joe.
Thanks for the 100 bits, Big Joe. Thank you. Like, if you want a wank, you can get a wank out of this. But it's pretty goofy. It's pretty goofy. All right? Actually, I had the game chastise me for going into the love route too quickly. And the game was like, sir, you know the name of this game is called No Mercy, right?
That's actually really funny.
I was like, come on, man. But anyway, yeah, so there's a whole bunch of games that are cut from the same cloth as this game, right? And to say that this game is somehow uniquely bad is uniquely bad because of the fact that it has like consensual non-consent, it has blackmail, it has like Stockholm syndrome, it has all these things that are frankly pretty common in the erotica that women actually like.
It depends on like what women you're asking. Like
but still.
More into like porn stuff. Or we're talking just erotica. You're talking like romance novels. That's not really in there that much.
Yeah, but
well,
okay.
Actually, you know what? That's not entirely true.
You fucking listen.
I had to think. I had to think about things I've read.
Yes. It's a hard wank, says Dad for $5. Thanks, man. Thank you. So, like, listen.
I know that, Soda. I'm not disagreeing.
Okay. Women overwhelmingly like those dime store smut romance novels.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah.
Where there's some bad boy who, like, the first time is probably going to be rape or borderline rape.
No.
But by the end, they're into it.
No, that's not dime. No, if you're talking about romance novels, there's always some heroic hero that, like, kind of has to, like, work a little hard to get into your pants, but then they're just having sex all the time by, like, the third chapter.
That happens too.
Yeah.
Happens too.
That's more common, though.
Okay.
Unless you're looking for more, like,
more
gritty.
Are you actually saying that the...
I'm not saying they're dime store. I'm saying they're more expensive.
Okay. Here, listen. Yeah. CNC fan fictions. Yeah, okay. How many times... Okay, Sparkles, listen. If you're not into the Sparkles, if you're like the one woman who's not into the Sparkles, I completely understand, okay? But hear me out. I see so many people Women, I'm talking about. Not,
Yeah, just women.
yeah, not people, women, Giga Chad. But so many people, so many women who are like, yeah, so that story is actually really hot and I liked it. And you go check it out. And it's like, the first encounter
Rape.
is like rape. But then like over the course, like she kind of falls for him. And also, but he also softens up a bit too. It's not just like he's an asshole the whole way through.
Yeah.
Like he still retains a lot of his edge, but he softens up a bit towards her. But the first encounter is always just like non-consensual.
Yeah.
And by the end, they're like happily ever after. And I'm like, yeah, women like this. So you're gonna turn around and say this is like indulging in this fantasy is problematic. You're ridiculous.
Yep.
Like it's a yeah, 50 Shades of Grey, Evelyn, exactly. Like
Yeah,
it's a fucking and Vitek, yeah.
Yeah,
it's a fantasy,
that 50
guys.
Shades of Grey was so fucking popular. But also not in a dime store. That was my only qualm. That's that the fucking
Randall, fuck
CNC is
you.
that the more edgy books are more expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, I get. You see, I think what it is like women do just want to like fix the guy.
Well, yeah,
That's part
I
of it,
think
for
it's
sure.
more because, like, yeah, it starts off, like, in a kind of bad way, but then, like, he's so hard with everyone else, but he's only soft with her is the appeal of that. She's like, I'm special.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter. Like, and then also it's kind of hot to know that someone will kill for you. You
Yep,
know?
yep.
Yeah.
So there's like a like this kind of ties into like the red pill conversations, right? But like there's this view if you're like someone like Blonde, for example.
Matrix, no.
If you're someone like Blonde, for example, who used to hang around, he no longer does, but that's fine.
I was slowly turning into an incel.
Yeah. But he was saying like stuff like you know, there are terrible women out there who will just like break your heart and just take all your stuff, bring you to the cleaners, you know, child support, you know, alimony. They'll take everything in the divorce. They'll fuck you over. Those women absolutely exist.
Oh, yeah,
all right,
100%.
100%. But also, like, if you think that it doesn't work both ways, you're crazy. Because how many women stick around in a bad relationship because the guy's like he's abusive and he's domineering and he's controlling. None of these in a good way. Like she's not into it, but she still sees like those few parts of him that are actually good, and she says, "I can help him. I'm going to stick with him because you know if I support him, he'll keep growing and maybe those good parts will come out." And by the way, sometimes those good parts do come out. It does happen, but lots of times it doesn't. And in fact, lots of guys are just like, "Oh, you want to the washroom?"
No, I gotta go take a pill.
Oh.
Headache.
Oh, can I have a water bottle, please?
No.
Yes, thank you very much.
No.
But no, yeah. Basically, like lots of girls will stick around and be like, "Yeah, I love him, even though he has a lot of problems. But you don't see him when he's really good. And if I keep supporting him, he'll get better. I'm sure of it. Happens all the time. It happens all the time." And to say that like women don't think this and they're all just like evil bitches the way that incels think they are is insane. It's insane, right? And of course, yeah, sure, that's fine. And of course, at the same time, the inverse relationship happens too, right? There's lots of guys who stick around with shitty women because they're good sometimes, and he's like, "Oh, you know, they just have like problems, or they're just getting over something. I can help out if I support them enough. It'll be okay, you know." And it never ends up being okay. Like there's many ways that a relationship can be toxic, okay? So to just like be like women are evil is ridiculous.
Incels are a thing. Femcells are a thing. Every single person exists.
The answer is always rape. Their body, your choice, Giga Chad.
Gross.
Giga Chad.
Ow. Shut up.
But anyway, basically, I played through No Mercy. It is not a great game. I want to talk about it on the channel. I want to talk about it on the channel in a way that I will not get fucking demonetized.
That's gonna be pretty hard.
I choose violence. What? Since when is Miss Sparkles a dominant? I don't fucking believe it for a second, Sparkles.
Okay, so what's a good wank game then? Porn that's on the internet for
Bible
free.
Black.
Yes.
Bible Black.
Yes. Get your fudas in a row.
And get your fooders in a row. Okay. I don't know what anime it is. Okay? I don't know what anime it is. but someone posted a clip from this anime and said the ultimate example of a power bottom.
Mhm.
Okay, and it was of a human guy and a vampire girl. All right, and the vampire girl comes up to him begging, like just saying, "I haven't sucked anyone else's blood, so please." And then he just like drapes himself over the couch and lays back and says, "Well, you've been good, so okay." And then she just like jumps on him and then starts like just slurping out of his neck.
I have
And-
no idea.
And she's like clearly getting off on it, but
Mhm.
she's like on top of him and he's just like lying there letting her like suck out his arteries. And I'm just like, this is clearly a sexual thing, obviously. But it's one of those times where the vampire is not in control of what's going on.
All we men are evil.
That's not true.
Thanks for the $2 for your false statement.
But also, I guess like the last thing I'll say about this is the backlash over this game. It makes me think back to 2006 when Rayplay came out, because Rayplay was a 2006 game from Japan where you could just rape 3 girls. There was the mother, the older sister, the younger sister, and you could just fuck all 3 of them. They weren't your sister; it was just you decided to.
I assume.
Yeah. You could just fuck all 3 of these chicks, and it's a rape or be raped world there.
I mean,
Rape or be raped, guys. And yeah, like there was a big fucking like a whole bunch of people shrieking that Rayplay was this terrible degenerate game. It was only right wingers back in 2006. The left wingers were still pro censorship. Sorry, pro
sexual degeneracy.
pro free speech in 2006. So they were saying, no, this is free expression. You can't ban this. To see them completely flip on, frankly, a much more tame game. Like Rayplay, though the graphics were much worse, it was 2006. The actual actions that you could do in Rayplay were far more violent than this game.
Thanks, Doris.
Emmy has to check if incest or not. So.
Yep.
Yeah, it was degenerate. Yeah, but like, dude, the amount of shit you could make the girls do in Rayplay was way worse than in No Mercy. Right? Like, so No Mercy had choking and hair pulling, and that wasn't in Rayplay.
That's just really common now. I
It
keep
is, yeah.
actually reading a lot of stories about women being like, so I slept with this Tinder date and he choked me without asking. Was this assault? Like, so much. And I'm just like, I mean, a little? A little bit, yeah. Should probably ask before you choke people.
And yeah, there's some incest in No Mercy. Like you also get to fuck your aunt as well.
Gross.
But like in Rayplay, you can make the 3 girls do things with each other.
Mm-hmm.
You can make them get gangbanged by a bunch of dudes.
Jesus.
You can basically like the first time you fuck them, they bleed.
Jesus.
If you fuck them anally without preparing, they bleed.
Jesus.
Like there's just it's so much worse in Rayplay than in No Mercy. And back in 2006, there was way less of a backlash against Rayplay because of free speech. The free speech argument was stronger. Yeah, fair enough, Boomer. I'm gonna be done in a second. So I was just thinking, like,
Oh, Jesus. They're nooms. Fair enough.
I was just thinking, like, how is it that this more tame game is now got like completely literally raped off the internet by these people who 20 years ago supported this stuff? And the answer has to be obviously that like younger progressives are much more Puritan than older ones were, for sure. I think it's a matter of the groups of people who give their attention to something. Yeah, for sure. How long until we're edgy again, man? Today sucks. And I agree. I want edginess back. For sure. Like, the Zoomers are like either these very namby-pamby, very soft progressive types who can't take it when they hear like a slur, they'll like pass out. Or they're like these Trump voting, incredibly racist Giga Chads who are just going around being like, deport all Pajeets. And it's like, there's no in between. So what the fuck? Jesus Christ. Giga Chad. No, neither of these games are aimed at kids. No, they're obviously, these are porn games. These are porn games, Tidge. They're for adults. So I was just thinking, like what changed? Like, how is it the fact that how is it the case that we have in some ways regressed as a society, that we can't just take the porn, put it over there in the adult section, and let the adults enjoy it as they see fit? Now everything has to be fucking censored.
Yeah, because everyone's becoming more Puritan. Because that's the thing now.
Yeah.
I actually see it a lot on the Archive of Our Own subreddit.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, so many people are complaining that a whole bunch of their commenters are, like, telling them to die, or how dare they write, like, this, incest, degenerate CNC, doesn't fucking matter. If it's, like, not kosher, then they have commenters complaining. It's like, don't read. It's the whole point of the site.
Exactly. And happy 5 years sober, George Floyd.
Oh!
Okay.
Jesus.
So one thing that I've noticed, though, one thing that I've noticed is that I stumbled on a group of people in like the fandom shipping area of Twitter who were saying that the phrase "don't read" is Nazism.
How? What? What?
Listen,
I guess I'm a Nazi.
Okay, I have done research for this video far beyond just playing the shitty game. I have a fair bit to talk about. Like, not just in terms of, oh, the game sucks, it's funny moments, but like the conversation around No Mercy is actually really interesting. So I think I want to do a video on it.
Yeah. You probably will have to not
I'll
show
censor
all the footage of the game that
I'll
you
be
took.
censoring. Oh, dude, I know that you looked over and saw some, and you were like, "What the fuck?"
Yep. I looked over whenever I saw you laughing.
Yeah, dude, that one time where she was giving the main guy like a foot job, and I was like, "This is this is Lumi."
Yeah.
Back in the day, the only people who used the internet were weirdos. Now the internet's full of religious people, children, and man-children. Platforms want money from those demographics.
Yeah, that's
Yep,
true.
that's true.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
Yep. The footfish.
I remember when A Clockwork Orange was a banned book. Unless the movie was banned too, then that's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, should we do articles now after all that?
We could.
We could.
We could, fellas. We could.
Okay.
But anyway, after yesterday spending 8 hours on response videos, I spent like 5 to 6 hours on that shit. And I was like, I remember like looking over, it was like 10 p.m. at this point. And I was like, I haven't eaten. I've just done nothing but this insane internet bullshit. I just sat, like, I drank coffee and I ate like some pepperettes.
Yep.
And I just like occasionally drank water.
Yep.
But I was just sitting at the desk for like 16 hours yesterday doing nothing but insane internet bullshit.
Yep, and I was like,
what the fuck?
Dev, can you go make this dinner that you thought you had half prepared that you're really good at making that I'm not good at making? You were like, yep, I'll do it in like about an hour. And I was like, okay. Suddenly it was 4 hours later. I'm like, I'm going to bed.
Sorry. You could have gone and made it, you know?
No, you were so much better at making it than I am.
Just go do it anyway.
No. I wanted to eat good food, not Naomi terrible made food.
Your food's pretty good.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I'm a terrible cook. That's why you cook.
Fine, you know
I'm
what?
bad.
You know what? You're cooking from now on. I refuse to cook anything.
Okay, I'll just waste all your money and order out all the
You
time.
are going to get better at it. You're
Nope.
going to put that +5 cooking bonus that comes with being a woman to good use.
Nope.
Everyone knows the opening sentence of Mein Kampf is... Actually, I didn't know that. But thank you for the $5, Tyrus. Thank you. Giga Chad. Relative humidity is the sweat on your cousin's back when you're hitting it from behind.
Yeah.
Man, okay. It's kind of funny. Because, like, the bad ending of the game...
Where you get caught.
Where you get caught is actually, like, kind of stupid.
Yeah.
No, seriously. So like if you... So, I guess I'm just going to spoil this, because you're not going to play this game, probably. In all the endings that I unlocked... Oh, it says don't read? Oh, okay, I got it. That's funny. Okay. In all the endings I unlocked, you get caught by your dad. And in the domination ending, your dad just leaves your mom. And you just...
Stepmom.
Stepmom, yeah. And then you just fuck her all day, every day, and she's completely subservient to you, and she just does whatever you say. She's like completely broken, right?
Okay.
She's not even a person anymore. And then in the love ending, your dad leaves your stepmom, and then you go and like go on a vacation to like some tropical location.
Honeymoon without the wedding.
Honeymoon, and you have like a good time. You have like a happy ever after. Yeah, and then in the bad ending, what happens is either stepmom hasn't been broken or hasn't fallen in love with you, so she just says, "All right, fuck you. You're gonna stop raping me. This is ridiculous. You're moving out. I fucking hate you." And then like dad comes home, and stepmom says, "Oh, welcome home from your like business trip. Now that's been 7 days. Our son here just decided to move out on his own." And then dad's like, "Oh, that's great. Good. We'll help you find your own apartment." And so like you just like move away to a city, and then you spend your days in your apartment like lonely and jerking off to porn.
Why didn't you just send him to jail?
That
should have been the bad ending.
And then you like never see your parents again. They never see you again because you have like your own life. Mm-hmm. And then the game just ends by saying like, "And you never found a girlfriend" or something.
Also,
and it's just like, what the fuck?
Amazing alternate bad ending.
Meta ending.
From Alejandro. The bad ending should just be your webcam turning on and seeing yourself on the screen.
That's funny, yeah. Bad ending is moving out of your parents' house.
The bad ending should have been moving back into your parents' house.
This hits too close to home. Anyway, it was like, man, what a... Okay. There are some moments in the game that are actually just hilarious.
Okay, you gotta stop talking about it. We're supposed to do articles.
There's two women who are sitting down, and you're listening in on them, and they start talking, and then like it does like a flash forward to like the actual relevant stuff to the plot, like over the pleasantries and like gossip.
Yep.
Because you're listening for like 20 minutes.
Yep.
And as it flashes forward, it just says some femoid bullshit no one cares about.
God.
It's like, whoa.
Jesus.
This game's very clearly not a English game. It's been translated from like I think Russian or something. Mm-hmm. And the translation it fluctuates between like hilarious and full of internet memes and really poorly done with really bad grammar. Oh, you really enjoyed the game? Listen, I really enjoyed the game because it was fucking awful. And I had a great time playing it because it's so stupid.
Dev is a lover of terrible B movies, so is also a lover of terrible games, just in general. The worse
all
the
Gacha
game
games
is...
Findom? Yes, based.
Okay, I want to go do articles now. It's enough talking about this stupid, terrible porn game that's not worth playing.
Wait, that's the bad ending for the target audience. The game's author considers them basement dwellers who are terminally unable to handle their lives and still live with their parents at age 30.
Yep.
Did the author actually say that?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Articles don't matter whether you do them or not. Naomi's going to be grumpy. She hates fun. That's true.
What? No.
Naomi's a grumpster. Naomi's a grumpster.
We've talked about this for too long. I am all done.
Anyway, I've just been bringing it up because I did that yesterday and I want to make a video on it.
Yep.
Okay?
But honestly, it sounds like it'll be an interesting video with like you talking about the topics around it.
Yeah.
Not just a review of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is what this stream is turning into.
I am gonna spend some time reviewing the game, but a lot of it's gonna be like
you're just gonna get like immediately demonetized if you do that though, right?
I'm cutting out all the actual porn.
Sure.
Okay, dude,
Sure.
dude, the scene where you're caught. He's like, he has the goofiest face when your dad like in every ending that I saw, your dad opens the door as you just like bust a nut on her face, and. Dave just showed up. You bust a nut on her face, and then she's just like, Dad's like, "What the fuck?" And you're just like, "Oh, you have the goofiest face, man." Oh my god.
So dumb.
Okay. Anyway, someone asked about upcoming thingies. That's upcoming, guys. Get fucking ready for that. What are you doing? What the fuck is this bullshit? Dude, what the fuck are you doing? Dave. Oh my god. Dave enters the perfect comedic timing.
Yep. After we finish talking about all the stuff.
Should we just go play video games then? Show Dave the game.
Which game?
Dev is a crippled autistic, and he doesn't. Actually, I don't know. What game are we playing after this stream anyway?
Oh, we're talking about the DLC for Sea of Stars because it came out like not long ago.
Sea of Stars, yeah.
Steve Stars.
Stars.
Is Dave going to join for the articles? Ask Cax. No.
No.
Dare you?
Hi, Dave.
How dare you?
The Dustborn video is on the back burner for now. It'll probably be a post rebrand thing. Honestly, I might as well just wait for it to be like 1 year anniversary of Dustborn. It came out September.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's giving yourself a deadline, though, and you never meet those.
That's true. Here's the thing: like Dave could join us for the articles, but it's going to take like 3 times as long to get through them.
That's okay.
Is it?
You never...
Do we have infinite amounts of time today?
Well, hang on. Yes, we do, because we didn't spend 2 hours just raging at chat.
We don't mind. The only good adult game is Degrees of Ludity. The rest range from mid to awful. Okay. There was a fucking game that I found while researching that's called Battle Raper. All right.
Oh god, that sounds terrible.
And dude, Battle Raper was like was less violent than both No Mercy and Rayplay.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Battle Raper. Giga Chad. Yeah, it's also an illusion game. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's see if we can get through the videos the articles quickly enough, because we do have oh my god,
We have games to play.
Dave's actually joining. Oh my
Hello.
God. Okay,
It's my first time.
The issue is that it might take us way too long.
That's
but we'll see.
okay. We'll just both scream at Dave to shut up, and then Dave will shut up,
Okay,
and then we'll move on to the next article.
fine.
So that's how we'll end every article. Is that okay, Dave?
Sounds good to me.
Go fuck yourself.
That's how it's going to be.
I was here from the get-go.
How a man used printer paper and hand sanitizers to escape an alleged 20 years of captivity by his stepmother. Ooh. See, this is a stepmother that deserves to be raped. Okay?
No!
I'm the one who's supposed to be silenced?
But like, listen, dude.
No.
20 years of captivity?
Yeah, that's fucked
I
up.
mean, it's messed up, but
Hold on.
Well, actually,
Okay.
wait. She was probably raping him anyway.
Probably.
You're kidnapped for 20 years.
Yes.
The only way for you to escape is to rape your kidnapper. Is it morally okay to do so?
Yes.
It's a gray area.
Still gotta rape him.
Yeah.
All right. What do you guys think? Yes?
The answer is yes.
No jury will ever convict me.
Yeah, like your kidnapper is passed out and hooked up to a machine that'll open the door to the room.
With the buttons in their asshole.
that only if you fill them up with X amount of semen will then open the door.
This is Dev's jigsaw nightmare.
It was a defensive rape.
Yep.
Trolley problems are different nowadays.
Yep.
Well, the question is one of like proportionate response, right? Mm-hmm. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I've heard this example. Okay, so Israel was attacked on October 7th, and it was this horrible terrorist attack. And do the Israelis have a right to like attack Gaza in return? The answer is obviously yes. But you have to have a proportional response. Like, do the Israelis have a right to basically get 1 million of their giga-strong super soldiers, like Uber Jews, right? And then inject all of their dicks with Viagra, and then have them just rape the entire Gaza Strip? The answer to that's probably no.
I tuned all of that out.
Oh, I heard it all. I'm just like, how do you do this every week?
I came back to Uber Juice.
The true Ubermensch.
So there's clearly something called proportionate response where like you don't need to go that fucking hard against them, you know?
Yeah, well, it's like with cops, you're supposed to, kind of work your way up.
Speaking of cops, okay. Both sides of his door have been secured with plywood and a lock, the man who would later say, to stop him from getting out. For years, he didn't be given only 2 sandwiches, egg or tuna salad or peanut butter. A small amount of water each day.
That's 3 types of sandwiches.
In the storage space where he was held. But now he had a plan. Printer paper for kindling, hand sanitizer for fuel, and a lighter.
Whoa.
Emergency personnel responded February 17th to reports of a burning home in Waterbury, Connecticut. There they found a woman and her 32-year-old stepson. So he was held there since he was 12. Holy fuck.
Jesus.
God, that's so disgusting.
Oh yeah, we talked about this like a month ago because this guy came out of we didn't read this story, but we read like his aftermath, and he was like, "Man, video games are so good now."
Oh,
That's right.
He was that guy.
This is the guy?
Yeah. The stepmother, identified by police as Kimberly Sullivan, had managed to get out safely. The man affected by smoke inhalation and exposure to flames had needed help. He would soon admit to police that he started the fire on purpose.
We didn't start the fire.
Oh man, he intentionally set a fire in his
Okay,
home.
that looks like a creep house.
Yeah, it does.
Only
After
because
nearly-
of the wood and the walls, which is probably after the fire, guys.
Maybe. After nearly 2 decades, he wanted his freedom, he told them, and he recounted a hellish tale laid out in an arrest warrant obtained by CNN affiliate WFSB that described a life of captivity, abuse, and starvation. 33 years of law enforcement. This is the worst treatment of humanity that I've ever witnessed. Oh my God.
What about other human trafficking?
Well, this is like a small
This
town.
it's like
Oh,
probably
okay.
10,000 people
Yeah.
or something.
It's really hard to talk about still. He shuddered to think someone would be treated this way by a family member, a parental figure, or a guardian.
It's more often than you think.
Yep. In fact, Dave has some people stored in the basement right now.
That's right. They pay rent, though. It's okay.
So, the attorney said he was not locked in the room. She did not restrain him in any way. She provided food. She provided shelter. She was blown away by these allegations. Oh my God.
I guess the evidence will show.
Yep.
Maybe if it doesn't burn up.
So the man, known as male victim 1, remembered in his early years being hungry and sneaking out of his room at night to eat and drink. How? By 4th grade, he explained, he was asking other people for food, stealing it, picking it out of the garbage. After his food wrappings were found at home, he started getting locked in his room. Eventually, the stepmother permanently pulled the boy out of school and only let him leave his room for chores. This was the routine nearly every day. He last went trick-or-treating when he was 12, just as a firefighter. His 2 half-sisters had friends, but they weren't allowed to come to the house. I had been kept a secret my entire life. Dude. Like,
Where's the dad?
I don't know.
Probably dead. Well, I mean, they said half sister, so they probably got divorced.
Man, it's brutal.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Yep.
Wellness checks. They visited for wellness checks and they didn't notice
Yeah,
because they probably unlocked it just in time.
maybe so, maybe. No, he was in there until he was 32. Like, that's way... Like, when you're 32... Like, I understand when you're, like, 18, 19, you're technically an adult. You can legally do more things. But you're still, like, under your parents' thumb, at least emotionally. They're still controlling you. When you're 32...
Yeah, if you're raised like in a healthy way,
Yeah.
but this guy was clearly not given enough food to really, bulk up. Like it wasn't that healthy overall. Think about it. He was deprived of the right amount of vitamins, so he was probably really skinny and weak.
Yeah.
And he'd be controlled for that long. No, this is pretty typical of that kind of situation for a person to be trapped like that.
Yeah,
and they have
maybe.
that kind of mentality where they've been isolated for that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should have Giga Chatted it.
Well, you can't Giga Chat things if you don't even know what a Giga Chat is.
Fucking fight him. $2 and lives in Devs Walls. Dave needs to feed and water basement people today.
Oh yeah, right.
That's your job, lives in Devs Walls. No,
yeah.
actually, no. Lives in Devs Walls isn't living there of his own volition.
There are 500 people trapped in this house.
Anyway. Yeah, since we covered this story, we're not going to read the whole thing again. But basically, yeah, this is the guy who, like, came out and he's like, video games are so cool.
Video games are awesome.
Things have been changed quite a bit. Is that the mom?
That mom.
Yep.
Get it right, damn it.
Okay, guys. Rapeable?
She looks like Moira Shit
Get
from Schitt's Creek.
your head out of No Mercy.
Hell in a Cell?
I can fix her. I can fucking fix her.
I don't think you guys can fix her.
I'm pretty sure Hell in a Cell. Hell in a Cell is what that guy was in.
Okay.
Yeah, skinny, meek, and mild mannered.
Yep.
Is
When you tried to speak
the
to the
uncle,
child,
like,
the Kimberly Sullivan intervened. Yeah, she intervened. The uncle visited on Christmas Eve, where the family pushed him and his wife away, telling police he hadn't seen the victim since 2005.
which is around the time of him being locked in.
Yeah. Around a decade ago, concerned for the boys, but he spoke with a private investigator who said he was looking for that death certificate. The boy's only access to the outside world was a radio outside his bedroom, which he told police helped him keep track of the years. He tried to keep up with current events, along with NASCAR and University of Connecticut basketball. He got 3 or 4 books every year as a dictionary to learn familiar words.
Wow.
It was it was determined that he had ultimately educated himself. Okay, as he grew, more locks got added to the exterior of his door. The locks increased in security levels as time progressed. as he obviously became older and maybe a bit stronger.
Oh, okay. Now we got an answer
Then-
with the dad.
In January 2024, this father, who was long bound in a wheelchair, died. And the alleged captivity got even more restrictive.
Okay, so I have a question. Do you think that the father was in the chair because of something natural, or do you think he might have been poisoned and weakened?
Put there by her?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Also,
Yeah.
super chats.
Hold on. Just real quick. So he was let out to let the family dog out in the back of the property. Then he was put back in the room 1 minute a day, locked in the room between 22 and 24 hours. And about a year ago, he found a lighter in a jacket that belonged to his dad. So he just kind of, damn.
How did he go to the bathroom? He's dumped in the corner?
Probably.
Maybe. Yeah.
Ugh.
You couldn't restrain me even if you found me, says Lives in Dev's Walls. That's $50. Terrace, $5. If he starts a man locked in a room for 20 years, reacts to a YouTube channel, he will be set for life. Oh, dude. Can
Yeah,
you
he
imagine?
could.
Like,
Yeah.
Really good
if he
idea.
just says, I've never seen this before. Let's do a reaction to
well, the
it.
thing-
And that's his channel?
you know
Oh my
the
God.
first-
Moneymaker.
The first thing he's going to say is, what the fuck is YouTube?
You know what we're going to do?
No,
We're going to get
No.
someone.
no,
We'll make sure they consent. Okay?
No.
We'll talk to them about it.
no,
But we'll lock him in a room for 20
No.
years.
no.
Then
You're
we'll
not
start-
even going to be alive in
and then
20 years.
and then we'll start a channel. Then we'll start a channell, and then like we'll let them out, and we'll like I'll let the videos and stuff, and like we'll make the channel. Like everything's gonna be consensual. I'm not gonna fucking just do this to someone. It's a good idea.
No.
There's money to be made here.
You're going to be like 70 in 20 years. No.
I'm not that old.
You
Lock
said
Dave
you were
away for 20 years,
53.
based.
You
already
said
have been.
You were 53 at the beginning of the
Yeah,
stream.
lock Dave away for 20 years. We'll do. He's going in. Dave's going in the room down there with Lives in Dev's Walls.
No. I already have tenants down there.
Aaron Gray says, "Lock me in a room for 20 years." Look, you just want to be a fucking.
You just want to be a neat
You just want to be a femboy cock puppet.
hikikomori.
Puppet.
Yeah. Listen,
Coffee
Aaron,
sandwich.
Aaron Gray is like full femboy mode right now.
I see.
He's riding all the dildos.
Listen, cock puppet is just a hilarious statement.
Cock puppet, yeah, based.
Radio. What else is there?
Ask Rima. Yeah, Rima's been locked away in her room for a while, hasn't she?
Rima?
Rima Evanstar.
I don't know who that is.
You're a fucking
It sounds sexual.
Philistine. Okay.
Thank you for going.
What is this bullshit, Naomi? What are you doing? I don't
Do
want.
that because you're on.
I don't
Okay.
want girls.
I love
wanna follow.
the mom is just the stepmom's like, yeah, we think she's innocent, and we're only going to defend her until tooth and nail.
Okay.
$300,000 bond.
All right,
So-
fuck you. We're gonna move on.
Wow.
Borderlands 4 boss says that a real fan will pay $80 for video games.
I heard about that.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm sure the
so-
devs love him right now.
So,
This dev does.
Reamer, I hardly know her. $5 from Terrace. You can volunteer to be locked in a room until you finish Trucker video. Okay, fair enough. All right, so Borderlands 4 is coming out.
No, we're not gonna play it. so it doesn't matter.
Honestly, the only good Borderlands game is Borderlands 2. Like,
The only one I played.
fuck, man, they made things worse and worse and worse. And the movie sucked. Like, it's just been shit.
Oh, the movie's,
Okay.
yeah, the movie's shit.
Game prices have been the subject of controversy since games had prices. How much is a game worth? Well, what the market will pay for it. What qualities or aspects of a game justify a higher price tag or a lower one? What does a game that costs $70 deserve the same critical reaction as the identical game but $30? All this has gone on since time immemorial, known since video games, but whatever. Something that seems to rumble underneath so much of the discussion is rich people telling poor people that prices don't matter. When asked about a potential $80 cost for Borderlands 4, multimillionaire Randy Pitchford told a potential customer, "If you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen." So here's the thing, right? Is that like Chrono Trigger on the Super Nintendo came out for $80 back then, which is
Like 120.
it's 120 now, right? So clearly, like games, like inflation has taken its toll on things, right? Like the $60 game lasted from the mid 90s to like the mid 2010s.
Pretty much as soon as I started regularly playing video games, and then they went up.
To like
So
70.
it's your fault.
70. Yeah. And now they're going up to 80. So people are saying like
Thanks, Trudeau.
there's multiple conversations here because there's like, well, inflation's real. To say that this is unreasonable is kind of dumb because the cost of making games have gone up. And the value of a dollar has gone down. So yeah, there's many pressures pushing the price of games upward. And fair enough. However, there's also the other pressure of, is your game worth this much to the consumer? Because regardless of how much each individual dollar is worth, if you look at a game and you say that's not worth $80, then it's not worth $80 to you.
Yeah. Your wallet makes the decision.
Yes.
They don't make the decision
exactly,
for you.
Exactly.
That's why I bought The Witcher 3 when it was like 90% off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes it's free if you're on the right platform. Who knows?
Yeah. So that's kind of the conversation right now is like, well, is this game? Yeah, this game cost more to make. Okay. And inflation's kind of fucked the company and fucked everything. Okay. But if you paid $60 for a game 10 years ago, and now this new game comes out, are you going to have as much fun with this game as that one? Is it going to be as good for you? And so should it be the same price, all things considered? If it's a shittier game, the answer is no. Doesn't matter how much it costs you to make.
Why do you think GameRanks is so popular as a YouTube
Hey,
channel?
Fox in Space, what's up? I played Borderlands
Hey.
3 like 5 times with different groups of friends. About halfway through, played through Borderlands 3. It was like doing chores. Yes. Yeah.
Really?
Borderlands 2 is the only good Borderlands game.
Yeah, we talked about Borderlands 3 when around the time it came. Oh, because it got leaked. That's right. 'Cause I think Dev, didn't you play it?
No.
I thought you did. Okay.
I played pre-sequel.
We talked about. Oh God, gross. No, we talked about it though. We talked about even that's how little we thought of the company at the time. It was like even though it's been leaked and we can play it for free, we still don't want to play it. So again, you're the consumer. Make your own decisions.
Yep. Borderlands 1 sucks mostly. Yeah. Borderlands 1 crashed too much to keep a consistent co-op game going. Well, they released the Borderlands 1 like remastered edition, which is like updated for modern PCs, and it runs just fine. Yeah. Expedition 33 is a $50 game. That game is fucking incredible.
Yep.
At $50.
The average time to beat is like 30, 35 hours or something like that.
Yeah.
And that doesn't even count all the extra stuff. The game itself, I bet you can get 100 hours out of it if you really, really wanted to.
Yep.
So it's like an FF game,
Yep.
like Final Fantasy.
Yep. Putting 100 hours into old Final Fantasy games, man. That was the days.
Yeah.
But no.
That was last week.
Oh, dude, Terrace, thanks for joining.
Yeah, mate.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna go investigate what the fuck that rattling is.
Oh, that was the shower curtain.
The shower curtain moving because
Yeah. It's wind. It's a windy day. We're in
I think if
tornado
someone
alley.
declares $80 with a commitment to no microtransactions and 1 to 2 years of free updates, I think that would be really received well. I agree, actually. Yeah. Someone's like, listen, the game's $80, but all the updates are gonna be free, all the fixes, no in-store bullshit, like in-app store, like
It's Baldur's Gate,
fine,
basically.
fine, yes, okay, I'll take it. And of course, the game has to be good, but yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what Baldur's Gate was. Like, yeah, we're gonna charge you full price, but the
Yeah.
game is complete.
The worst part about games is like, so you have like games that are free to play, but they have in-game stores. It's like Marvel Rivals, fine.
Yeah.
Then you have games that you buy them and you play them, fine. Then you have like fucking Suicide Squad, which is like it was a full fucking price game, and also at the same time, there was an in-game store that was bullshit.
Yeah, God.
What
No-
the fuck?
Nothing will ever top. Is it a train
I
simulator?
just came to say crit. Okay, listen, no lol.
Jesus, dude.
Don't do that anymore.
Please, that's too much.
Don't do that anymore.
Yeah, so Sims. I think Sims 4 and Train Simulator are like they are the most notorious ones, I believe, because we're
Sims 4
talking.
is just bad.
I'll take your word
boring.
for it. I'm just talking about DLC. It's like $1,500 or something like that for all the DLC to combine. It's so bad.
Okay, so here's the actual conversation, guys. Okay. Here's the actual conversation.
Oh.
Randy, this game better not be $80. Don't take that risk. A lot of gamers aren't going to pay $80 and feed this notion of constant increase to the price tag. You are the CEO. You have some say with the price when it comes to your publisher.
How do you do the voice?
And then, okay, go ahead.
Let's see. How should I do it? Just like hick. PDF file.
Remember when I said it was going to take us long to use the
Hey,
articles here?
hey, not my call. B, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. My local game store at Starflight for Sega Genesis for $80 in 1991. I was just out of high school working many ways at ice cream parlor in Pismo Beach, and I found a way to make it happen.
Yeah, but like that was the only game you played for like a year.
Yeah. Okay, Uncle Grandpa.
Like when I was in high school, it was GameCube times. So when I bought a GameCube game, like I played that game for like 4 months.
Absolutely, yeah.
I was like, that was the game, man. I'm playing Paper Mario right now. I'm playing Metroid Prime. This is the
yeah,
game.
because otherwise you'd
I'm
be
playing
renting
Tales
it.
of Symphonia. Like,
Yeah.
this is the game I'm playing now
You
for
either
the next 6
save
months.
up your money, for months to buy a game, or you keep renting a game, and you don't even get to own it. So
Oh, yeah, so apparently he was relatively rich. His father worked in U.S. intelligence in the 1970s. Okay, fine.
yeah.
So you can afford the $80 game.
Well, I mean, his parents might have just said, no, you had to earn it yourself, but everything else was covered, so fuck you,
Hello,
Randy.
Nightmare. What's up? But yeah, same with me though. Same with me. Right? Like I had to earn a lot of my games. Like my parents gave me a fair amount of games for like birthday and Christmas. And
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, they
but
did.
like when it was high school, I was buying my own games. That
Yep.
was it.
Yes, sir. That was the point.
What?
Or renting. Anyways, video games are a luxury.
So here's the thing,
yeah,
here's the
so
thing.
this is their big. This is a big
So-
argument, right?
My parents, they were of the opinion that like, why do you need to buy a GameCube? You already have an N64. Why do you need to buy an N64? You already have a Super Nintendo. Like, they just thought these were other video games, and not like upgrades. It was like, you're just getting another one. You already have. Just play the other one. You already have it. Just play like.
You mean your grandma and when your dad said, "Hey, why are you buying the NES? You're even an Atari."
Well, no, I think they viewed it like the same way as, like, we're gonna go play baseball. There's no reason to go play baseball 2. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a game.
Oh
You know?
yeah, because the sports games were basically cookie cutter.
I mean like real life sports.
Oh, real life sport-
No, the idea
Baseball
is-
too.
Well, no. The idea is that game, in their view, because they're boomers, games don't update. They're just games that you play. So, the idea of a new game is just them selling you the same thing as before, which, by the way, does happen sometimes.
Well,
that has
which is
happened.
my point about
All the
EA
FIFA
and
games.
the sports
All
games.
the
Yeah.
FIFA games.
You know, it's like, yeah, let's play the franchise. It's gonna be $120, but there's like 5 little things that they've added on, and also this one guy's in the game, and that's it.
Fuck you,
So-
Arbra.
Basically, the last video game that my parents bought me for like Christmas or birthday without giving me any sort of like trouble for it was Mario Kart 64 on the N64.
And that was
And they complained about buying an N64. They're like, you already have Super Nintendo, but they bought it for me. And then like so after that, they did when they asked me what's going for Christmas, like what do you want? And I'd say, well, I want like this N64 game. And they would always complain like, well, you know, you just play ones you have. You don't need a new gun. Like why you want a video game? And it's like, 'cause I want a video game. Like, they still got it for me. I appreciate that, but it was always a fight to get it. And like,
that's really funny.
well, okay. I'm still getting gifts. I'm not going to sit here and act like I was abused. Okay, so I'm still getting gifts.
Yeah,
from
Dev, you weren't locked in a room for 20
yeah,
years.
obviously. But like, there was a cost associated with it, and it wasn't money. It was the fact that I had to argue with my parents
Yeah.
because they were always willing to give it to me, and they always asked me what I wanted. They were always willing to get me what I wanted, but the payment that I had to pay was arguing with them for half an hour over what I want. And I'm like, well, that's better than abuse, but it's there's still something bad about it in there,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean. Like it's not that bad.
It's annoying. It's annoying.
There's still something bad
It's a
about that.
minor
Yeah.
annoyance.
Yes, it is a minor annoyance. And then, so over the course of the N64 years, I had to have that kind of fight every time.
Pillows over there. We're just uncomfortable today. Leave me alone.
You just
All
are.
right. Anyways, video games are a luxury.
Hold
That
on,
is that
I
is
didn't
an
finish my
argument
fucking
here.
story. I didn't finish my fucking story.
Okay, fine. Keep going.
Are you gonna unmute yourself, Naomi, or? Yeah, I'll unmute you. Okay. Yep. They're above. No, they're above. Look up. Oh. Okay. Yeah. So. And then.
Hi, Sean.
And then after that, my parents got me the GameCube. And they said, this is the last video game thing we are buying you. Period. It's done. And I said, okay. And from then on, I bought all my own games. Like that was even like, I think when I got the GameCube,
Wait a second. Didn't you get GoldenEye after that?
GoldenEye was in the N64.
Oh, sorry. What was the last thing you said?
GameCube. The
Oh,
GameCube.
they bought you the GameCube and that was the last thing. Okay.
Yeah, and they said,
Wait,
that's
did
it.
they
So they bought you console
Did they
still.
buy you a game to go along with the GameCube?
No, I had to buy that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that's
And
so
even
You
then-
rented
funny.
Smash.
And even then, the GameCube was before I could even work a job. So I had to basically do like allowance chores around the house to get paid money. And then they still complain I spent money on that on my own video. It's like, what the fuck? We're not giving you this money so you can play video games. It's like, well, I want to buy a video game with the $5 a week you give me whenever I clean the house up.
That-
I'm like, "Whoa."
Your parents still complain about what you do.
Yeah, they do. They do. Okay, dude. And so like, when I finally got like an actual high school job, like part-time job, I started like saving up some money. I was buying my own games whenever I wanted them, and they complained about that. And then when I went off to university, it was Wii time. So I stood outside and waited for a Wii, like in the middle of the night, because they had like a midnight opening.
Hold my Wii for Wii.
And I got a Wii, and then like my mom complained because she did the same thing, and she intended to buy me a Wii for Christmas. And I was like, You already told me you were fucking done with this shit. You give me so much fucking guff whenever I play video games. And she's like, well, you want? It's like, yeah, but not from you.
Yeah. Also, you're willing to shell out hundreds of dollars for a system, and you won't pay like $60 for a game.
Well, here's the thing. So she turned around and then resold the Wii because remember, this was like 2007 or 8 or whatever it was. So Wii's were like really fucking expensive. So like you couldn't get them anywhere. So she actually sold it to like someone in town for like a 3 times markup.
Your mom was an original scalper.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she fucking scalped it. Like
She asked for 2020.
Wii's are a dime. You can get like a Wii for $10 now over the pawn shop. Like they're a dime a dozen.
Yeah,
now.
they're
But,
super common.
Back in the day, she sold it for like $600. And I think it was being sold for like 200, 250, and she sold it for like $600.
Amazing.
Crazy.
Go, mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dev, these sound like good parents. Yeah, they kind of were, for sure.
They're good people.
They are good parents, but Dev is not a good son.
Yes, no, Sean says, I feel that, Dev. When you buy your own shit with your own money, your folks don't want to complain about how you spend your money. Yeah, like it's...
You know, that's just parents, they have this chip on their shoulder. They think they have every right to do that, to complain about everything you do.
5 super chats.
Yeah.
So they're just imprinting.
Play by Dritter, $2 or 1% of the total. Thank
Oh,
you very
boy.
much, Dracus. Appreciated. Shadow Self for €5. May you find your worth in the waking world. Thank you very much.
Cheerio.
Metalworks for $2. Had Blockbuster Game Pass and migrated to GameFly.
Gamefly. That sounds familiar.
That's old, man. And then money toward the Faith the Unholy Trinity and Halloween Fund. It's $15 on 80, and Dave already owns it. Thanks very much. Lives in Dev's Walls.
I do.
Do you have him on your friends list, I guess?
I think you might have gifted it to me.
Oh, Terrace. I think someone declares that. Oh no, we read that one. Thank you very much. Anyway, yep.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
All caught up.
Anyway, no, it's like, listen, there's like abusive parents. My parents weren't anywhere close to that.
No.
But my parents were. They definitely expected something completely different than what they got with me. They had a completely like laid out plan of what their son would be, and I fulfilled exactly 0 of those expectations. And they did not like it. They very obviously didn't like it.
Wah, wah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Your parents are like the opposite of my parents.
And they still complain what I fucking do with my life. So fuck them. Anyway,
Video games are a luxury.
video games are a luxury. That's a point many people want to make in situations like this. If you can afford a console to play the game on, people might begin to say you can't really be that poor if you can still afford entertainment. All those people living on welfare with those giant TVs, it's a fascinating perspective, almost exclusively proffered by those who aren't living on welfare. And I've really truly wanted for anything. Fuck you. I've wanted for things, obviously. Just not video games. I would just buy them. Because if there's one thing that's pretty damn desirable when you're living in real poverty, it's some option for positive entertainment. Listen, you're going to play with a stick and a hoop and you're going to like it.
Oh, boy.
You gotta play with a ball and a string and a bucket.
That was the game of the year at Game Awards 1910.
Wait, Aaron, do you tell them about your femboy life? Or are you still in the closet?
Everyone who's a femboy should be in the closet.
Are you in the closet? Are you willing to be stuck there for 20 years?
Okay. Let's see. This isn't about abstract situations made up by armchair philosophers trying to justify Pitchford's claim by arguing that any truly poor person has to choose between food or games entirely. It's about reality, where a person might go without so much extra food or buy only the very cheapest food so they can pull together the $50 that year to buy the new entry in their favorite gaming franchise. That little bit of light. And then they find out it's maybe now going to cost them $80 instead.
Yep.
For 37 million Americans, there isn't an extra $20. Okay, yeah, there's actually a fair amount of...
23% low-wage jobs, 11.6% living in poverty.
Yep. Skill issue, Giga Chad.
Yeah, Dev. My parents wouldn't buy me video games. Pull out your bootstraps.
Base. They know I'm gay.
Hoo-ah.
Nice.
There you go. Yeah, they're just going over basic expenses, blah, blah, blah. And then this is average. Keep in mind, guys, this is averaged out with the cities.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, you know what's funny? Is like, I got a lot of sympathy for people who find themselves in a bad situation, can't afford things, fair enough. But you and I have watched enough of those shorts from that one financial channel where the guy's like, okay, you're poor. What's your problem? Let's go over your budget. And it's like, well, I don't do a budget. And it's like, what do you mean? You don't have any idea what you're spending? Well, no, I just buy it. I don't know why I'm poor. And it's like, okay. They look at the data and they're like, okay, so...
You spent like $5,000 in 1 month on makeup.
It's like, I'm the one poor. Dude.
You decided to buy a brand new 2025 truck with like 20% interest,
I'm the one poor. Or there was the one couple
but
who
you
like,
couldn't afford to rent.
and then there's like the one
Go
couple
live out of the truck.
there was like a Disney couple, and it's like,
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
we're spending like $12,000 this month to go to Disneyland like every fucking day. It's like,
Well, no, it was I think it was the fact that they were spending $1,200 each month to go to Disneyland every single month, and they were just like, well, we can't really afford food or car or like we can't
and the
afford
guy's
our
like, what
rent.
the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
Guys, just live in the
can't afford
park.
Our rent and every month, but like we still make Disney work, and I'm like, how the fuck can you afford to travel to Disney if you can't afford food?
It's always DoorDash / Deliveroo. It's skip the dishes here, but same idea. Yeah.
Yeah, there was that one chick. Was it that couple? Like, how much did they spend? Do you remember? It was like somewhere like $2,000 a month on DoorDash or something.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Or there was like, man, there was a time where that guy had Boogie on because Boogie was going fucking
I
bankrupt.
didn't see that one, but you mentioned
Yeah,
it.
and they were talking it over, and he's like, "Boogie, you spend $10,000 a month at McDonald's. What the fuck are you doing?"
Anyways. All right, so
Yeah.
we're just like basic economic information about America.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. You know they're not mentioning? Waiting for a sale.
Yep.
Using a subscription service, whatever. I mean, you can argue till you're blue in the face about subscription services, but if it's something that's going to make more sense to someone financially, then I'll go for it.
So like this is actually a fair criticism, right? Like Randy Pitchford sold his company for $1.3 billion in 2021. He's saying, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. And it's gross, it sucks, I'm fed up with it. I'm sick of rich people telling poor people they can find the money if they just try hard enough. Okay, you know what? Fair enough. There's definitely a level of, disconnected rich guy talking down to the poor plebs, doesn't know what their lifestyle is. Sure.
So like every single rich person ever.
But there's also an aspect to this of the poor people who were just like, I decided to light all my money on fire. Why can't this video game be cheaper? And it's like my sympathy only goes so far. You
Yeah,
know what I
that's
mean?
fair.
Yeah, we got just two extremes. There you go.
There's like it's you know what?
No comment.
What was the quote? Now this might sound harsh, but I think everyone involved in this story should die. Is that the who God, it was a Canadian comedian who died
No idea.
recently, a couple years ago. What's his fucking name?
Norm Macdonald?
Yeah.
He died 4 years ago.
Yeah. He said that. He said, now this might sound harsh, but I think everyone involved in this story should die.
This is why he's like one of my favorite comedians of all time.
Yeah.
I love Norm.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Anyways, there's an update. So apparently.
we're fuck this
never mind.
story.
All right,
Right,
fair
yeah.
enough.
Okay.
Bye, Randy.
Check
You
this out.
suck.
National Park Service removes references to Harriet Tubman from the Underground Railroad webpage. Okay.
Whoa! What the
Why?
fuck?
So here's the thing. Harriet Tubman has become this symbol of like the woke left. Because
What?
Well, no, seriously, like people were like saying that she should be on the $20 bill in America.
Okay.
People were saying like let's build statues of her because she's black.
She should have statues.
Because
I mean,
she's,
there probably are
yeah,
statues
probably
of
are,
her.
but like the idea is that she's a black woman who fought for a progressive cause, who is a historic figure, who some people on the left feel like she hasn't been given her fair share of the modern spotlight. So people are saying, let's talk about her more. It's like, you know what? Fair enough, because she
Yep.
actually did do real things.
Yeah, she did. She did.
So,
She still got things. What
In
the hell?
response, like Trump's administration has been scouring over everything related to the government and cutting out all the DEI bullshit.
Yeah, that's right. You
Stop,
mentioned
Dracus.
that.
Thank you.
They-
That's funny, but stop.
They
Thank you.
cut out
And
B.
so-
Arthur from Department of Defense page.
There was something they were doing, and like they were just cutting. Basically, they were like word searching, just like taking words out using just like a basic algorithm. And so there are some like departments from Biden's administration that were like pretty woke, and they talked about Harriet Tubman where it made no fucking sense. So they're like cutting that out, but they were clearly doing it by algorithm because they cut out all references of Harriet Tubman, including from things that actually made sense.
Yeah.
Like there's a story like this like a month ago. Do you recall?
Yes, I remember talking
we're-
about
we're-
like
we're
this
stu-
exact algorithm about something else.
Yeah, something else was cutting out like something where it was no, you know what it was? It was like a World War II thing, where something related to the Nazis was cut out because they were cutting out references, and it's like this is appropriate though. Like it was something like that. I forget the exact thing. Maybe someone in the chat will remember. Okay. So, A large image of and a quote from Harriet Tubman have been removed from a National Park Service webpage about the Underground Railroad, following several prominent changes to government websites under the Trump administration. A comparison on the Wayback Machine between the webpage on January 21st and March 19th shows the large image of Tubman, the railroad's most famous conductor, lauded for helping scores of people escape slavery, has been swapped with a series of 5 commemorative stamps showing Tubman alongside William Still, Catherine Coffin, Thomas Garrett, and Frederick Douglass. All 5 aided enslaved people seeking freedom. The stamps tout black and white cooperation. Yeah, Enola Gay. They were taking out the
that's
word
right.
gay.
Really?
Yep.
They were like, we're removing all the woke LGBTQ nonsense from anything government related. So they just like swapped out the word gay, just
my
removed
God,
it.
heck.
And so they took out Enola Gay. Because that was the name of the plane.
Enola Gay turned people gay.
Yeah. George Floyd should be on the $20 bill based.
I mean, it's more like Enola based. Kaboom!
Oh man.
It's a terrible.
Vitek.
I know.
Vitek. God. Fucking George Floyd bullshit. So stupid.
I mean, I take this with a grain of salt because it's CNN.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, okay, putting the stamps with the multiple people in there, that's okay. At least Tubman's still there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But taking the quote out, why?
I don't know. The quote from Tubman about her experience coordinating the clandestine network for slaves seeking freedom is also no longer appears on the MPS page. The focus on the text changed significantly. The new page does not mention slavery until the 3rd paragraph and cuts a reference to the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850 entirely. Previously, the article started with a description of the enslaved people's efforts to free themselves and the organization of the Underground Railroad after the Fugitive Slave Act. The article now starts with 2 paragraphs that emphasize the American ideals of liberty and freedom. Based. The first sentence of the page describes the Underground Railroad as one of the most significant expressions of the American Civil Rights Movement. Okay. Tubman's reduced presence on the Underground Railroad page is both offensive and absurd. Oh my God.
Fergus.
The new webpage as diminished in value by its brevity. To oversimplify history is to distort it. Americans are not infants. They can handle the complex and challenging historical narratives. They do not need to be protected from the truth.
I mean, that's partially true, I guess.
Nah, Americans are babies.
Anyway, thanks for the money, guys. Bye.
Anyway.
Oh God, Professor of Women's Studies. Oh no, okay, Grossman, American Heroes, definitely the greatest liberator in this nation.
Definitely the greatest liberator. Okay, I don't know what
that I will take with a grain of salt.
You know, wasn't Abraham Lincoln
Like, yeah,
more of a liberator?
Yeah, I mean, he definitely. Well, in an administrative way, anyways. Good lord, greatest guerrilla liberator or underground liberator.
Well,
yeah,
no, that would have been George Washington.
Oh, then it doesn't matter then.
Probably greatest slave liberator
Yep.
would be an appropriate.
That would have been
title.
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, but no, he's just the government official who was just like, yeah, we probably shouldn't do slavery anymore, guys.
Well, that's what I say. It's like grassroots liberator
Yeah.
or whatever. I mean,
Dick Cheney. Based.
anyways. Okay, so we got a spokesperson until CNN
Stop doing
Monday.
that.
The idea that couple web edits somehow invalidate the National Park Service's commitment to tell complex and challenging historical narratives is completely false.
Yep. Well,
2 historical parks have been named for Tubman. She's recognized as the Underground Railroad's best-known conductor. We celebrate her as a deeply spiritual woman who lived her ideals and dedicated her life to freedom.
anyway, she has her own page.
Freedom!
Okay. So, this
It's a very
headline
inflammatory headline.
is more inflammatory than the article is.
Yeah, it's misleading.
But this is still kind of stupid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't-
Why change it? Harriet Tubman should probably, be talked about a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's continue on.
Either way.
Stella Blade!
Stellar. Wait, would you fucking scroll?
Oh my
bitch?
God, I have an erection.
Okay. Stellar Blade sequel seemingly confirmed by developer Shift Up.
Woohoo!
It's happening. Ahead of the PC. Oh, yeah, by the way, the PC release on like the 13th, I think.
So
It's coming.
I am not getting it because I've already played the shit out of it.
Actually, Dave, we're going to get it.
Why?
Dev wants to see if his theory was right.
Yeah, my theory about
Well, then you're.
Sony censorship?
I'm not paying for it this time.
No, I'll buy it, but you got to play it because you're better than me. You can find stuff more easily. Basically, the idea
I am better than you, yes.
at that game. No. The idea is I'm gonna download it as like a pre-download because Steam lets you do that. I'm gonna disconnect that computer from the internet. We're gonna play the day one patch of Stellar Blade on PC, and we're gonna see what those censored outfits actually look like on the day one patch.
Right on.
And then we'll update it and we'll see you again. We'll do the same thing as last time.
All right, so ahead of this release, they've confirmed that a sequel to the game is currently in development. Chef Thumbs also previously imagined that a Stellar Blade sequel is under consideration. The studio is also working on a new action RPG codenamed Project Witches.
Yep.
So in
here's
documentation, they
how
have a
things go.
roadmap.
Still a bit on console coming in 2024.
Yep, Nikkei.
Yep. New market entry.
Nikkei.
Platform expansion. This is when it comes out on
PC.
PC in 2025.
Yep.
Sequel 2026. Project Witches 2026, and then something else in 2027. Okay.
Right on.
Dracus, thanks for the 10 pounds. I'm mixed. I feel that Tubman should be represented fairly alongside any white conductors who had equal value to the railroad, like the ideals of wanting to promote white/black cooperation. So
Yep.
do I.
So,
Best way to promote it is interracial porn.
no healing, no swearing. What do you want?
Show all... What the fuck? No, not during this. Listen. Show all the black girls getting bleached to solve racism.
I mean, I can bleach you.
Not
Since you're
black.
not
Yeah,
white.
just pour bleach over 'em.
Yeah, but you're not white.
I know.
Neither are you.
I know black people. I can get them too.
Okay, so... Dave bringing out... How do we know you're progressive, Dave? I know the blacks.
I know specific black
I will,
people.
we'll just get single player Carl over here.
Well,
he's a little
details
far.
on Stellar Blade Complete Edition were also leaked earlier this month. We do know that it's coming on June 11th. Okay. Further reveal on Sony's YouTube page was a move. Oh yeah, they accidentally put the trailer up.
Good job, guys.
Yeah. Trailer revealed that this version of the game will feature a new boss battle and new costumes.
Ah.
However, it's also worth noting that this content is also coming to the base game on PS5 as a free update.
Da, 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 da.
Ta-da.
Yep.
And there's
There we
some,
go.
and there's Nikkei DLC coming out, I believe, on the 15th.
Something like that.
It's like there's Stellar Blade DLC inside of
progressive.
Nikkei, and there's Nikkei DLC
Don't you
inside of Stellar
dare.
Blade.
I'm progressive. I have friends who are. This is not even a swear. It's not a slur.
Niglis? Niglis?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so
I wonder what Witch is gonna be. I actually wonder if they're gonna do continue on with the same girl in the sequel,
Yeah.
or just do the same group.
maybe yeah.
Because that kind of seemed like a pretty definite finale, you know?
No, it's not.
No?
Well, like
No.
in the actual ending, Eve is like, "I'm now here as the planet's protector."
Yeah. She's like mother.
So it's just gonna be exploring the planet forever.
No,
Well,
you're going to
because
space.
The robots in space still want to kill everyone on the planet.
Yeah.
That's true.
And
Yeah,
she's
her,
like, yeah.
her. Yeah. So spoilers, guys. The game's like a year old. Basically, Mother Sphere is a malevolent force. She realizes this. She's fighting
Kids
off.
like, no spoilers!
Too bad.
La, 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 la.
It's a year-old game. Fuck off. Anyways, I'm looking
Darth
forward to
Vader killed Eris
in Fortnite.
in Fortnite. Probably did happen in Fortnite.
That thing is, you probably could because Darth Vader AI. Good lord.
La 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 la. You don't gotta go over it. TLDR. Enemy's still around.
La la la.
Story's not done yet.
Enemies everywhere.
Wait, the Bleach Force summoned me. Oh hey, Lady Columbia, what's up? Okay, next.
Moving on.
Dying for sex. I was told I had terminal cancer, so I dumped my husband and then slept with nearly 200 men in search of my first ever orgasm.
Why do women stay in relationships with men who they can't get orgasms
She
with?
fucked a Ryan Reynolds lookalike,
I mean,
a mortician
That's
in
okay.
clown makeup, and
That's
a foot
weird.
fetishist.
also weird.
Shut up. When Molly Cocken, that's her there, was diagnosed with incurable cancer at age 42, she wanted to make the best of the time she had left. While most people drop a bucket list of travel, skydiving, or swimming with sharks, Molly had an altogether different idea: to have sex with as many men as she could. She's like, I just want to get gaped.
That looks like AI.
I want to get my asshole just reamed out so fucking hard the cancer will just fall out of me.
Yeah.
That okay? Never mind. It's right. It's the movie, right?
Yep. Actress Michelle Williams as Molly Cocken, who dumped her husband and slept with 200 men. Yeah. So
Cock in for sure.
I think that's actually her, yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Molly on the right, with the best
Yep.
friend Nikki Boyer, told the story on our podcast, Dying for Sex.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Bib.
Yeah. So basically, they had like an actress. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
Okay. She dumped her husband of 15 years and went on a sexual odyssey, sleeping with more than 189 men, including a Ryan Reynolds lookalike, mortician, foot fetish. Yes. She recorded her adventures in a podcast called Dying for Sex. Now it's been turned into a TV miniseries which kicks off tonight with 5-time Oscar nominee Michelle Williams in central role. Comic Rob Delaney plays Molly's neighbor, who brings out her inner dominatrix by asking her to kick him in the testicles while wearing a pair of high heels.
I think I saw a still of that or something in the trailer. I think I've heard about this and didn't realize I was hearing about it.
Thanks, Lady Columbia.
I
Thanks for
heard
$2.
of it. I just went, oh my god.
Okay. Molly died in 2019 at 45, but never regretted her choices, saying, "Sex makes me feel alive. It's a great distraction from being sick." I don't think I would have done any of this stuff without the cancer. Even though I'd maybe want to, I'd be a little more cautious about everything.
I mean, you know what? That's fair.
Good thing it wasn't AIDS.
You know, okay. If this chick couldn't have an orgasm,
Not her.
her, like, just get a Sybian then, for fuck's sake.
What is a Sybian?
It's
I don't remember.
You sit on it and it just
it's
vibrates you.
it's a sex
into-
bench with a weird
It's
shaped
not a bench.
vibrator.
It's not a bench. It's like a half circle that you just sit on like this, and it just like turns your vagina into ground beef
Okay.
by vibrating
Well,
like
there's
that.
actually there's actually like a dick shaped part to it too, isn't there?
not really.
Also, you know there's a difference between giving yourself an orgasm with a toy and having an orgasm with another person, right, Dev? I know you don't
Yeah,
have
no.
sex.
She wanted to get her
but-
first orgasm. She wanted one before
Yeah.
she went. Okay,
Okay.
Sybian. Some of them have like penis-looking things on them, yeah. A lot of them don't. It's just like sit there, get
Yeah,
vibrated.
yeah.
It's like a giant fucking motor.
Yeah, it's like a
It just vibrates you to death.
it's like
Maybe
part
their
of
apartment
like
was too
a
small.
horse, like a gymnastics horse. There you go.
Okay, so. Wait, the best part about these streams is Dev's extremely try-hardy attempts to seem edgy is simply cringeworthy. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, this is my first time in the weekly set, man.
Yeah, Dave invaded, unfortunately. Okay, let's continue.
For the better.
RoboCop Rogue City DLC adds accessibility option to auto-target decks.
Yes,
Amazing.
that game is great. I have played it. It is really good. It was a
Okay.
lot of fun.
Fans of 2023's surprise hit RoboCop Rogue City were delighted after the long-awaited DLC, Unfinished Business, announced accessibility options, allowing the auto-targeting of enemy genitalia. Why is
Yeah.
that accessibility?
Accessibility is
But
about
it's
the inclusion.
auto-targeting, but it's gonna auto target genitalia instead of the head.
Because you can auto target like hands and arms like that in the game. It's our duty to ensure every player, regardless of individual physical circumstance, experiences the mind-melting joy of blowing a man's dick clean off. It's also important that the man then futilely grasp at what was left of his dick, because there's a scene in the movie where
Where he
two
does
guys
that,
are
yeah.
trying to rape a woman and he shoots the guy in the dick, and then there's a
He's like, where'd my dick go?
there's a fan film that has like, different people making different scenes in the movie, and one of them is the guy shot in the dick, and then there's a bunch of rapists, and they just keep getting shot in the dick, and they actually show the dicks getting blown up.
He's like, no, my dick, no.
It's hilarious. It's fucking hilarious. Although it's like, yeah, by the way, if you're disabled, you can just you're disabled. You can't have sex. Therefore, you're going to get your rocks off in another way by shooting other men in the dick
Based.
in
You
a
know,
game.
lots of disabled people can have sex, Dave. You ableist.
No, I know that, but there are people that can't.
Okay, hold on.
This is
Okay.
what it was made for.
So let's say that you're paralyzed from the waist down, right? You're like, your dick can still get hard if you
It,
want.
Quads.
no, it depends how.
Yeah.
For a lot of wheelchair people, they have like they don't always know if they can have sex.
Yeah, yeah.
Until they try.
So
Yeah.
let's assume that guy's paralyzed from the waist down. He can get his dick hard, but he can't feel it. And then there's like a girl like riding him.
Yeah.
Let's say he comes. What does he feel? He's just like, I
Nothing.
guess he's like, I guess I'm
Well,
coming.
no, there's still like the hormone rush. There's still like the
Yeah, but like you're
Oxytocin
like,
rush.
oh, there's semen coming out now. I guess that's what's going on.
Well, no, you wouldn't be able to feel the semen coming out.
no, you wouldn't be able to feel
Okay.
You
that.
can't feel your dick getting
Fine,
hard.
fine,
You wouldn't
fine,
be able to feel
fine,
the semen coming
fine.
from your balls and spurting into
Okay,
things.
okay. She hand jobs you,
Okay, there you go.
and you look down.
Uh-huh.
He's like, what's going on? He looks down, and he's coming. He's like, oh,
Well-
we're just making a surprise.
I don't know. You'd have to ask. a
No,
disabled
because
person.
you still have the hormones.
Listen,
in
I don't
there.
know. I don't have a dick.
Oh, thank you for admitting it, you fucking asshole.
Anyways, okay, so there's 1 in 5 gamers is disabled. 5 out of 5 gamers crave the complete obliteration of all dicks everywhere. Accessibility features are more important than ever. Ensure that no gamer is excluded.
Yep.
So they're going, yeah, let's
Basic
do
control.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's just shoot dicks off. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. because the movie
It's
is so
crucial that
ridiculous.
the criminal then grab at the area where his penis once was, hoping in vain to find a shred of remaining penis.
Yeah. Cue up an in-house supercut of cock destruction that develops create.
Boom, 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 boom,
I-
boom, boom.
I can't wait for this to come out. It's coming out in a month.
Wait, you would need those nerve endings to work to climax. Okay, fine. Okay, here. All right?
Just the
Assume-
scenario.
Assume guy is paralyzed. His legs are paralyzed. The region around his dick is paralyzed. But like his torso and asshole are not paralyzed. You can still feel those things, okay?
Okay.
Okay? Someone does the electrostimulation on his prostate that he can feel to make him come. Would he feel the cum coming out of his dick?
No.
Okay.
If you can't feel your dick, you can't feel the cum coming
Hey,
out of your
Dev,
dick.
Okay.
there are places in town where there are people like that. When you want to go ask them?
It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know.
Wait, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stephen Hawking had 3 children. Well, here's the thing. You can also stick a needle in your balls and just extract sperm that way.
Well, also,
So, like, you
Stephen
can still do
Hawking
that.
didn't start out that way.
No, he didn't. He
Yeah.
was in his 20s.
He'd probably have a prostate orgasm. Yeah, he wouldn't have like an actual orgasm. He'd just like get his prostate milked. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, so RoboCop, Rogue City, like it is a challenging game if you're playing it at least on normal, but I mean, there's a ways around it. So I could just see people, and it's also it's a story about a guy who
Shooting
becomes
dicks.
he's part of a machine, but he's kind of disabled himself in a way.
Wait, Hawking wasn't all on Epstein's island. Well, then he's probably innocent. Like, how does Stephen Hawking in his fucking wheelchair molest a child? He can't.
Well, he's also dead, so it doesn't matter.
But even back then, like, was he just like rolling around?
Why don't you come and sit on my lap?
But just have her sit on like the little like joystick that controls him.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
just sit on this thing instead.
I added a Sybian to my computer setup.
Next article.
Yeah, moving on.
Next article.
So yeah, the DLC is coming out in
You
about a
mean
month.
you had a
It's
RoboCop?
June 25th, I believe.
Okay, cool. That's
Yep.
awesome.
Yep.
Next
Oh, wait.
article.
Next article.
Nope. It's gone.
Tourist couple caught having sex in the middle of the street in Thailand.
Why? Why?
Giga Chad.
Oh,
Giga
in
Chad,
Australia.
Giga Chad, Giga,
Ooh.
Giga Chad.
Oh no.
Oh, Thailand, not Australia.
It's an Australian newspaper.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, it's not. It's news.com.au, which is Australian, I believe.
A Chinese couple has been arrested after having intercourse in the middle of a Thailand
Of
street.
course, it was a Chinese couple.
67 and 35. Look at
Wait,
that Giga Chad.
Their name is O. So there's like oh. Why do you keep saying my name? Don't worry about it. Oh.
And then,
oh.
and then also it's Lin Ting Ting.
It's also a different O.
So,
So who's the older one and who's the younger one?
well, this guy's. I assume that Lin's a girl's name. So
O is 67.
Lin is
and
also
his partner
means penis in
Lin
certain languages.
is 35. Dave, learn how to read.
wait, they
No,
set
I
up-
mean like
wait,
who's
They
what
set up a
gen
tripod in the
sex
middle
or
of the
whatever.
street. They set up a tripod for stripping and perverting those doing the deed.
Exhibitionist to the
Shocked
extreme.
onlookers watched as the holiday makers went to town in broad daylight in public view.
What?
Police swooped on the spot in South Pattaya after being alerted by a security guard who had seen the pair having sex on the footpath near the entrance to the famous walking street.
Ooh.
It's like, so
Okay.
you guys decided to have sex.
Hey, you're getting arrested. Go fuck yourselves.
They're just like
Too
Dev
late.
and Naomi. Oh my god.
Fuck you.
Wasn't Stephen Hawking into midgets? Maybe.
Who is it?
No
Thanks
idea.
for the $2, man. Appreciate it. The guard was able to photograph the couple before they left, which then showed the police.
Yep.
Officers tracked the couple to their hotel, then took them to the police station for questioning. Humiliating footage shows the awkward elevator ride as the pairs walk ashamed to the station.
It wasn't Bangkok, so maybe they thought it was allowed.
But up. He claimed he didn't know that having public sex was illegal in Thailand.
I'm pretty sure having public sex is illegal everywhere.
Yeah,
He says-
a lot of yeah.
Well, not in Antarctica.
I'm a
I'm
photographer
pretty
who likes
sure
to
it's
travel
illegal
around the world.
There's no law in Antarctica.
Oh, okay, so this guy is
It's
saying
unclaimed territory. Yeah.
this guy's saying I'm a photographer who likes to travel around the world to take nude photos in various locations. I've visited many countries where I've done the same thing. I apologize to Thai people officials for damaging the image of Pattaya in
He's
Bangkok.
Chinese, not fucking Australian.
Yeah, but if I use a Chinese accent, it's going to sound way worse.
That's okay.
Also, it's Australian newspaper,
It's
so
pate common there, but up.
or
Okay.
it's news originally from an Australian.
Your
news
cock could freeze
center.
off in Antarctica? Yeah, maybe. You still gotta take it out of a piss, though. Okay, hold on.
Now you just piss in a bag.
Everyone actually
in a
you do.
box.
You have to take everything with you when you leave, so they do piss in bags.
No, I know, but like you just piss in it. You don't take your clothes off. You just piss
It's like
in
a trash bag.
Yeah. You tie the bag around
Oh
your
god,
leg.
dude,
Colostomy bag.
dude, that reminds me of the one time when I was like doing a garbage run
Mm-hmm.
as like working for the town, and I had to throw up, so I just threw up into the garbage bag and threw it into the back of the garbage
Yeah.
truck, and I was like, "Fuck it."
Yeah.
I was sick. I was like, "Ugh."
I mean, that's
I mean,
the,
where
that's
else
the
do
easiest thing to do.
if you
Yeah.
the street? That would be a lot worse.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
Moving forward. Anything else about this?
I guess the question is, okay, so you say Antarctica. No.
Antarctica is basically lawless, so
But like, okay, let's say you're in orbit in the International Space Station, you rape someone. Whose law applies?
Depends on the astronauts
yeah.
which astronauts are raping which.
Does it?
Because if it's like two American astronauts, then it's America law. But if it's like an American astronaut and a let's just
Russian?
say Russian astronaut, then both countries' laws would apply.
Yeah, I guess, but like, also the different parts of the space station are maybe different countries. So like, what if like you decide to like swim your way over to the Russian part of the station where it's like where the jurisdiction?
Don't swim, you
Whatever.
push.
Whatever. But like,
bounce.
the Russian law against rape is going to be a bit more lax. So you can just go rape someone over there and then just swim back to your own side.
Yeah, but the Russian law would still
Yeah.
apply.
You know what they do? They paralyze you.
Oh, okay.
That's how they treat you. That's the law that applies.
Maritime
Also,
law.
Maritime law.
right?
Yeah, that's true. That's fair.
Okay. Okay. What if you're on? What if you're in between? Yeah. What if like you just stick your dick over the line of the border? So
Then
They
it's
cut it off.
whichever country wants to punish you more.
You know what they do, Dev? You can do what they did to you. They just throw you out the fucking airlock.
okay. What if you're on the moon though? Because now it's no longer like it's no longer ships sailing through space. Now you're on the moon.
Yeah, we're pirates on the moon. We're butt pirates on the
Wait,
moon.
the lies would apply. Yeah, dude. Okay. Yeah. Fine, Merc. Okay. You're on the moon, so it's no longer. So you're no longer. It's now like a terrestrial situation because you're on a planet. So it's no longer maritime law. You decided to just rape someone on the moon because there's no government there.
Yeah, then that person could kill you.
Well, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're talking now.
Realistically, you'd probably be murdered before any country could legally.
Wait. Why
Legally.
is the moon German law? Because the Nazis have like a space base on there or something. Is that where Hitler went?
You guys ever seen Iron Sky?
Maritime law still applies to all space. Yeah, see, I understand that point of view, but like even as like once colonies get built, it's not going to apply anymore. Like things are going to change.
Well, they're gonna have
Well,
to
they'd
either
probably
have a
start off with maritime law regardless. So it'd
Yeah,
still be
and
maritime
then make
law,
up their
and
own
then-
laws.
And then it would
it's
be
American
moon
law because the moon's owned by America, Giga Chad.
And that's why there's like Chinese rockets that are being launched there now. Listen, guys, it doesn't. If it's maritime law, it means you probably get thrown out. In maritime law, you get thrown in the brig, or you get thrown in the sea,
Yep.
or get thrown into space. So either way, you're fucked.
I mean,
Wait.
I know Elon Musk said that like he's going to have his own constitution when he goes to Mars, and it was Biden back then. He's like, no, you're not. It's going to be the American Constitution.
God, I couldn't.
American law will apply on Mars and the
Elon's
American space
constitution
station.
wouldn't end up making any fucking sense anyway, and just contradict
Just be like,
itself.
Yeah, probably.
it'll have an amendment. Just it's like everyone gets free ketamine.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, next
Moving
article.
on.
Next article.
No, let's keep going. Yeah.
This is literally just they had sex. They got
Okay,
They
They
were fined
got
for
Alright,
league
here we go.
behavior, face 10 years in jail.
Yeah.
If they publish it, oh my god,
Wow.
Yes.
it's 5,000 baht, and then 100,000 baht with related to the Computer Crime Act.
Still not that bad, really.
No, it's not.
I mean, if they can afford to go, they can.
But they're there.
If they can afford to go on a trip, they can afford everything after, right?
Yep.
It's like having the console.
We ask all tourists visiting to
Not have sex in public. Boom. I
Wait, the
figured out
shocking
rest of the
act
article.
comes just days after a Russian couple was filmed in engaging sexual acts on a busy beach. Based. They were having sex while half submerged. Can we actually see this? Let's click this.
Oh no.
It's in my post. It's fine. Couple caught having sex at a family swimming spot.
Good lord.
Okay, you go away. The public sex session didn't go swimmingly. Ba-da-ba. Okay,
See? Oh, it's
There
right
you go.
there.
they're just smooching. That's not sex.
Well, it probably looked
We've
like
smooched while swimming before.
that's a still, Dev. You can, and it's blurry as fuck. Anyone that was there could probably tell that they're actually having sex.
Wait. The lagoon lovemaker got out of the water and approached the group of accidental onlookers, asking for money.
Okay, see that's
Pay me for
before
fucking-
that they could have had plausible deniability. Now they're just being idiots.
Yeah.
You think the birds watched?
Birds always watch.
Okay, this is like a rabbit hole. It's a rabbit hole of public sex acts and people getting
Come on.
caught.
Wait, a couple brazenly appeared to get it on in Manhattan's Battery. Okay, hold on. What the fuck is this?
Because Battery Park, I believe, is a private park.
Brazen
Many
couple
people-
has sex romp in packed NYC park in full view of kids.
Birds
Many
paid for it.
people
Where are
are
they?
exhibitionists.
There they are. They're going at it.
What the fuck?
They're just fucking in the park.
It's like, were they in a tent? Oh, it's just a blanket. It's like if
Yeah.
you're in a
Under a
tent, it's one
blanket.
thing.
I can't tell if that's like a sleeping bag or a blanket.
They said blanket. It looked
Dude.
like it was made of plastic.
Make fucking in cars great again.
In public? Yes. Not the little girl staring back as her mom pulls her along. Oh my god.
They're just cuddling. It's okay. Let's get the fuck out of here. Oh my god, these people are so dumb.
Yeah. A video of a couple appearing to have sex in Manhattan's bustling Battery Park has sparked outrage. 50 million views in the video.
Good lord.
Wildly thrusting beneath a blanket.
Yep. Trying to enjoy a beautiful Sunday afternoon in New York City while they're fucking.
Oh my god.
Yeah, 2 children are seen riding scooters close to the couple while other kids play catch with their parents unaware of the X-rated action occurring underneath the moving
I mean,
material.
yeah, because they don't expect that sort of thing, right?
Just continue the public sex session until sundown. Until sun, they just kept going.
They kept going.
They must have been
A
on
second
drugs.
video showed the blanket
Drugs.
still moving at quality. Okay.
You think they're
Drugs.
Can we
going?
see
Who
this?
cares? Keep fucking me. It's okay.
How come viral TikToks always go down?
Denied. It's probably been, put elsewhere, but that is not worth the rabbit hole for that either.
So yeah, nobody called the police
Yeah.
on them, obviously.
What the hell? The gruesome twosome? That's what
The
Homer
gruesome
called.
twosome,
That's what
baby.
he called Patty and Selma. Sunday in the park with George.
Oh my god.
Did he finish? Man,
Oh, they finished all right.
New York is cooked.
Oh my god, New York is cocked. Oh man, that's rough.
God, I just thought of a. Okay. This is the rape episode. Okay.
Yes, Dev, I know. That's
just-
No,
that's
it's-
just on
This
your
is
mind.
just the rape episode.
The ravish episode.
So, like,
the
imagine-
ravishing episode.
The defense, like the defense of both of them will be like, the other person raped me, so I'm actually not guilty because they raped me, and so I didn't want to do it. I was under the blanket. I couldn't stop.
For
Terrible
5
defense.
hours?
That's a terrible defense.
And then like,
Yeah, maybe she had cancer.
Hey, you think the guy that was
well,
in
no, here's
there?
the thing: is like I think there's like limitations on how much evidence you can bring from one trial to another. So like, if the girl's like, yeah, he was raping me, I'm completely innocent, go charge him, and then she gets off on her crime, he can just come back and be like, yeah, she was raping me. And they're different, they're different cases.
That's
So
dumb.
so I think I know who one of the people was. It was the guy that was locked up.
Oh, the 20-year-old,
The 32-year-old guy.
32-year-old guy.
He's like, I'm going to do everything I could do because I was locked in that room for 20 years. And he goes and immediately has public sex.
Fault in our stars. Get out of here, Yvonne.
Oh my
We've
God.
caught people getting it on in the bar. Jesus Christ, Naomi, you're shaking the whole couch.
Getting
It's-
anon?
Stop, no, seriously, like I don't know if okay. What was that?
That was
That was the chair.
Well, no, because like I feel like when it really wiggles like that, I'm like, are the legs gonna fuck up? Like,
If the legs fuck up, it won't be my fault. It'll be yours.
it'll be your fault if you go like, let's wiggle the whole couch and break it.
Anyways, moving on. Good lord. Is this how it usually goes with you guys?
Okay.
No. That's what you get for being mean to me. What?
That's what you get for being mean.
You were mean first.
You're mean. And we break shit, and then it's like, you're the mean one for you complaining.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Get out of here. Get the fuck out.
Fuck your couch.
You know that Dev kills chairs?
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't as bad as the one guy that came here before I even. Yeah.
Okay, so. Woman says she was brutally attacked in Carpentersville, Illinois, because she's a lesbian. Okay. Serious story. We're not going to joke about this one that much. Okay.
Knowing you.
Fuck you. Okay, so.
Jesus.
Yep. She, like, had the shit kicked out of her.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's pretty bad. Yeah.
So this is a butch lesbian, 19 years old. Young woman from Carpentersville, Illinois, northwest of Chicago, said she was attacked, bloodied, and bruised at her hometown McDonald's because she's gay. She wants hate crime charges filed against the men who did it. I think their plan was to kill me, and that they didn't care if they ended my life that day. So, she has PTSD. This fucked me for the rest of my life. Okay.
Yeah.
Fractured nose, hemorrhage on her
Eye.
eye, and PTSD after the attack. So she had come to McDonald's with her 13-year-old cousin after the younger teen choir's concert. A group of strangers started harassing her as she left the restroom using anti-gay slurs towards her. This is not lesbian domestic violence case. This is guys kicking the shit out of a lesbian girl. Okay. Yeah. When she walked away, they followed. I just told my cousin to look forward, don't say anything, don't give him a reason to talk to us again. She acknowledges that she then told the strangers she's a lesbian and flicked her wrist at them. Police that said witnesses and surveillance show that 2 people attacked her. I went to the ground to protect my body more, but at some point I lost consciousness and I don't remember them stomping on my head at all.
Wow.
So, John Camrad, 19, and a 17-year-old boy on civil charges. So, here's the thing. When this was posted online, because you walked out of the McDonald's washroom, there was a group of people online who were very far left who said that this was an anti-trans thing. This was people attacking this woman because they thought she was a trans woman because she looks masculine for going into a woman's bathroom. That ended up not being true, but that's how it went viral on like left-wing Twitter. However, this is still terrible because they didn't attack her because they thought that she was trans. They attacked her because she was a lesbian.
Which is something that would happen 20 years ago. It shouldn't be happening now.
Yeah.
Oh boy. America, what the fuck?
Now, there's also possibly a racial element to this because I don't know what kind of name Camrad is.
Comrade.
Comrade. Like, is this like a Muslim name or something? It's possible.
Just search Google.
I am.
Damn it! Stop being a boomer. There's literally
Shut up for a minute. The reason I'm up doing it out there in case something comes up. I always search down there, Naomi. Fuck.
Fuck.
That guy looks pretty dark.
He
But also,
does not.
this guy
He
doesn't,
looks
though.
tan.
No, there's.
It could be like a German name, you
He's
know?
very
Yeah.
white. He's
Yeah.
literally just
it could be a
fucking
German name.
I mean, it's a small town. You don't know.
racist small town
I
white boy.
mean,
Maybe.
our hometown has some
Hashtag
people that
very
were
American.
they were pretty homophobic, and
This guy looks like Persian, dude. Like, no, there's multiple possibilities here.
either way, no.
It's clearly someone.
Same dude.
It's clearly. No, I'm just saying, like, it's a name that comes from multiple parts of the world.
Okay.
Okay, that's all.
It's still bad, no matter what.
Yeah.
Like what they did was
It's a German name, yeah.
inexcusable.
Okay.
So white.
Yep. Okay. How it started was because I'm lesbian, not just because I walked in the women's bathroom and because I look the way that I look. Okay. So it was her opinion that it was related to this stuff.
Okay. More charges could be possible, and she worries about the long-term. Yeah, I mean, her cousin's probably
Yep.
really messed up too.
Won't be a simple fear, yep. So the case is back in court next Tuesday, though Cameron has been released from the custody of DuCage County, where he faces charges on an unrelated case.
Oh,
So this guy gives you like a scumbag.
okay.
Yep.
And they're raising money to help her pay her medical bills. Okay, so I mean, there's going to be hopefully more positive outcome from this.
Yep.
This guy sounds like a real dirtbag, anyways. So justice will hopefully be carried out.
The left-wing interpretation of these events, as I see them online, is that there's going to be rising violence against trans and gay people in a way that we haven't seen in like 30 years. That's probably at least partially true, I think, with the way that things are going with Trump and the right-wingers.
Yeah.
For sure, I think that's partially true. I do know that the left tends to take a case and overblow it sometimes, because there have been cases where it's like, oh my god, a trans person was attacked. It's clearly transphobia, and it turns out not to be.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, they were actually just like a shitheel.
they put their stamp on it before they even
Yes.
pause to consider the facts.
Yes, exactly. But nonetheless, I do think that we'll probably see at least some of these cases turn out to be hate-related cases, I think.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a rise.
Yep.
For sure. This is just the trickle before the, hopefully no more than a small flood.
Okay. Shut up.
Forbes!
IBM reportedly walks back diversity policies, citing inherent tensions. Here are all the companies rolling back DEI programs. So people got mad at my last video where I said that corporations are walking away from DEI and walking away from all this nonsense because they're profit motive. They are motivated by profit. People are like, no, Dev, they're communists, and you're just a communist too. So let's see. Okay. Tech company IBM and beer brewer Constellation are reportedly among the latest in a wave of corporations retreating from diversity, equity, and inclusion policies. Okay. Here we go. This is the timeline from April 10th backwards. This is an article that's about a month old. Okay. So, IBM shifted its supplier diversity goals away from race and gender to focus on all small businesses and veteran-owned companies. Okay.
All right.
So linking executive compensation, diversity hiring goals. Okay. All right. The internal memo said there was inherent tensions in practicing inclusion. Okay. Gannett, largest newspaper publisher,
it's like a
no
bird, I
longer
think.
publish diversity data and remove references to diversity from its corporate website. Okay. Constellation, which brews Corona, okay, renamed its DEI team to Inclusive Culture. Okay, well, that's not much of a change, just renaming it. Reframed its prior diversity goals to focus on all small businesses and will no longer participate in human rights campaign external surveys. Okay, so
Something.
there's actual some changes, yeah. Okay, by the way, I'm not saying whether these changes are good or bad. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, they shouldn't be doing this. No, I'm just saying,
We'll see.
here's what's actually happening. All I'm doing is describing the events. I'm not saying if it's good or bad. Okay. United Health Group, remove vouchers dedicated to diversity, equity, and inclusion, and instead adopted language like culture of belonging. Okay. They seek to comply with existing and emerging laws while striving to support what is best for communities we serve. MLB told AP it removed references to diversity from its careers site. The organization's values on diversity remain unchanged. Okay.
MLB is woke.
Yep. Yeah, Dave. Victoria's Secret is reevaluating supplier diversity goal and halting a goal to promote a certain percentage of black workers. Okay. Right.
Victoria's Secret has sucked for years, so whatever.
They've been talking about like, we got to get more fat chicks in Victoria's Secret. Like, no one wants that shit, man.
Well, no,
Give us the hotties.
It actually just the fact that Victoria's Secret doesn't do its sizing correctly anyway.
Yeah.
It uses fake measurements. So nothing actually fits anyone correctly.
Oh, Fox in Space says that Katie Grass's GoFundMe is almost at 70K. Nice. That's good.
That's good for her.
Yeah, that'll probably cover it, I think.
State Street, which installed the famous Fearless Girl statue in Manhattan in 2017, previously expected boards and major indexes to be 30% female. Okay. These requirements have been dropped to ensure alignment with global protocols and local laws and regulations. Okay. Warner Bros. Discovery said in a staff memo and remains committed to building an inclusive team, but it's renaming DEI to inclusion. They're no longer participating in external diversity surveys, or implementing a uniform and consistent application process. Or they're implementing a uniform and consistent application process across all of its development programs. Okay. So like they're still talking about it, but they're not like doing the hiring stuff anymore.
Yeah,
okay?
it's just lip service now.
Goldman Sachs, weeks after asking a diversity requirement for companies it takes public, dropped a section about diversity and inclusion from an annual filing released Thursday. Okay. This reflects developments in the law in the United States. Okay. Paramount no longer uses diversity targets tied to race or gender in hiring. And the company has begun removing DEI language from the website. Okay. Paramount executives cite Trump's anti-DEI executive orders. Okay. Bank of America will end aspirational targets for diversity hiring and replace the word diversity with talent and opportunity. Okay. BlackRock is the big right-wing boogeyman right now.
Oh, shit.
BlackRock cut references to DEI from its latest annual report, 3 years after the company's CEO Larry Fink said the company must embed DEI into everything we do. I guess there's no much money.
Yeah, and they were possibly the worst offender for that shit too.
Citigroup will rename its diversity, equity, and inclusion and talent management to talent management and engagement, and it will end its diversity hiring goals. Pepsi will no longer use representation goals in hiring. Will shift its chief DEI officer position to focus more on employee development, and will shift its supplier diversity program to focus on all small businesses. Yeah, so after like George Floyd, there was a push that lasted for like 2020 till now, basically.
To focus on black businesses.
They're like, black-owned businesses. And it's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one good thing about Trump's nonsense is actually forcing corporations to like actually look towards small businesses, hopefully in the city that they're in.
Naomi's pro-Trump.
No, I'm not. I just find the tiniest bit of silver lining.
Yeah.
Oh, Comrade's prior charge was aggressive unlawful use of a loaded weapon.
Jesus.
2 years ago.
Okay, yeah, I know.
Holy shit, grasses. That could have gone a lot worse.
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, I think it's just gonna keep getting worse for that guy. He's probably gonna have a murder charge eventually.
JP Morgan Chase, Morgan Stanley, Citigroup remove or watering down language around the DEI efforts. Yep. Other banks, including Wells Fargo, Bank of America, doing the same thing. Coca-Cola and Pepsi are putting public terms. Yep.
PepsiCo and Pepsi the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this is a timeline going back.
Oh,
But PepsiCo is like the parent company that has all the...
Coca-Cola, PepsiCo were preparing to comply with the executive order. So it's up to ban DEI programs that as both receive government contracts. Okay. Right. Daimon said he saw how we were spending money on some of this stupid shit and it really pissed me off. And so he's okay. Yep. Basically, Disney.
Yeah.
Hopefully Disney can fucking remake itself.
Talent. Yeah.
PBS. Dello. I eat whatever the fuck that is.
Deloitte. God, I can't remember.
Oh, Google. Google's going back. NPR.
Yeah. Accenture. Yeah. I heard horrible things about Accenture to begin with, so.
Amazon. Amtrak. Google again. Smithsonian Institution. Target. FBI, another Amazon,
Meta, McDonald's.
Walmart, Boeing, Molson Coors, Lowe's,
Wow.
Fred,
Go back
or
up.
Ford
Go back
Motor,
up. Go back up.
What?
Okay, never mind.
okay, Ford Motor Company, Brown Forman,
Jack Daniels.
Harley Davidson,
Harley
John
Davidson.
Deere. Okay, so here. Basically, a whole bunch of companies are in part or in whole walking away from DEI stuff.
And that
And
started
it's
last summer.
It's partially because there's no money in it, and it's partially because of new laws and regulations coming out. Now, whether you agree with this or not, I'm not making any sort of moral claim here. I'm not saying this is good. I'm not saying this is bad. I'm saying that it's happening. And I'm saying that the people who are out here saying, no, they're just rebranding, guys, they're selling you something. They want you to be attached to the fucking anti-woke grift train in perpetuity. All right? They want you to be outraged so that you can go to their YouTube channels and watch their videos and give them money to show just how outraged you are. When instead you should be giving me money.
Pay me money. I won't have a stance. You're welcome.
Hey.
I mean, like personally, I agree with you, Naomi. Like the small business, focus on small businesses is a good thing. To bring it back to a more neutral perspective, I think is generally good. I hope it doesn't swing too far the other way and go completely bullshit on that sense either. But we will see. It's just a matter of waiting and seeing.
So by the way, I'm sure some of these people, some of these companies, they're gonna keep doing it under a different name.
No, listen, Dev. Companies are people too, according to Texas.
Base. So I'm sure some of these companies will keep doing it under a different name. I'm sure some of these people who are in these companies still want to do it, and when the laws let up, they will do it again. However, I think most of these companies are doing it because they want money and they want to keep operating, and that's it. They're not ideologically committed to woke stuff. They don't care. They want a fucking paycheck.
Especially Walmart.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is, dude. That's all it is.
Speaking of Walmart, you guys see there's something, I think it was like a documentary or a book or something like that, Sam Walton talking about his like America first. This is an American company and American products. Like most of your shit's from China.
Yeah.
So full of garbage.
Yeah, listen.
Sam.
Academic Agent was right. He was right, dude. Absolutely.
There you
That's
go.
how it is.
A broken clock is right twice a day.
Listen, Academic Agent is pretty smart, all right? He's certainly smarter than me. He's more well-read than me, too. The only issue is when he starts talking about the Jews. Then he's fucking insane, okay?
Then the clock is just completely shattered. All right.
And finally, now speaking of Dev being not so smart, I now have to swallow my words. I have to admit that my content in a previous video was incorrect. And I might even make a video rather than just do the sip. I might even make a video talking about how it was incorrect if more information comes out. But for now, we're going to talk about it. Do you guys recall just after Trump took office, there was the helicopter crash into a plane? And everyone was saying, LOL, the pilot was a femoid DEI hire. And other people were saying, LOL, Trump's budget cuts are already destroying. Like, these are the two big theories
I
of what
remember
happened.
you talking about these.
Yeah.
theories.
Well, it was a video, so yeah, of course I know.
So guess what?
What?
There's more evidence that she actually was just a DEI hire.
Oh boy.
And that the right wing was correct.
Oh boy.
Even though didn't she have like 1,000 hours of flight or something like that?
It was like 300.
Click.
But let's check it out. So, the pilot of the Black Hawk helicopter ignored her Army flight instructor's warnings.
Wow. He is broken in half.
So she was flying the plane. The co-pilot was there, like teaching her. The helicopter. The co-pilot was teaching her how to fly it, and she just ignored him.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Scroll down so we can see the proof.
Let's see. The pilot of the Black Hawk helicopter that collided with an American Airlines flight ignored her co-pilot's warning and made multiple critical errors. Okay. Oh no.
Oh no.
This is a video from like several months ago.
That's from January.
Buffalo Public School thing. I haven't heard about that at all, Nathaniel. Yeah,
Is it another school shooting?
probably. America has lots of those. Okay. According to a New York Times report, the Black Hawk helicopter crew failed to maintain proper visual separation on January 29th, contributing to the tragic collision with American Airlines flight AA5342. New findings reveal that the female pilot flying the Black Hawk repeatedly disregarded multiple warnings to lower her altitude and ignored a final directive to turn left, a maneuver that could have prevented the crash and saved 67 lives.
You think that if it was an instruction thing that the co-pilot would be able to
she disobeyed 3 orders to reduce altitude and change course? Yes. Okay, so. Not only was the Black Hawk flying at an excessive altitude, but in the critical final seconds, the pilot failed to obey her co-pilot's command to alter course. Responsibility was also attributed to air traffic control, with the report criticizing the controller for not communicating instructions with sufficient clarity or urgency. That's true, because I did mention in my video that there was supposed to be 2 guys on shift at the air traffic control, and there's only 1. So the co-pilot reportedly advised the pilot that he believed air traffic control wanted them to turn left towards the East River. Turning left would have widened the distance between the helicopter and the Flight 5342, which was approaching runway 33 at about 300 feet altitude. However, the pilot did not make the turn. Okay, so this puts more blame on
the pilot.
On the pilot of the helicopter. And everyone back in January was like, DEI hires, Trump needs to purge all the DEI hires, get them out of here because they can't fly the planes, they can't do anything, they're terrible. And then the left-wingers were like, Trump's purging too many people, it's costing all, like, he's trying to save too much money, and now no one like, has a job. And
so they're both right.
Yeah, well, I said in the video they were both right, but I think I leaned more towards Trump being incorrect. But that seems like it was probably wrong. I was probably wrong on this. Now, maybe more information will come out again. And if it does, if more information comes out about this, like a second article, I'll probably go over it again and be like, listen, I was just wrong. And I just knew the case that I was just wrong on this one.
But this is
so sorry, guys.
I mean, in your defense, you didn't know.
No, but,
You didn't know.
but here's the thing. Like, this is why I tend to try not to talk about things right away.
Yeah.
And this time I put my foot in my mouth. Oops.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't.
You put your foot in your mouth
some
more
people got
this stream than you have
Here's
about
the
that.
thing. Some people got very mad at my take, and I'm like, it's not that big of a deal, guys. They were like, you're dead! It's like, okay.
We got a membership for Biscuit. Yeah, thank you very much.
Bill Skinner, thank you.
The community crisis comes for everyone, Dev, everyone. Also, long time no super chat. Glad things are looking up as a channel.
Thanks, pal.
Keep dancing, goddammit. Yeah, it needs work, but whatever.
No, you're pretty good at Arnold. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, some of you guys are talking about the Buffalo school thing. What's going on there? Buffalo public school situation is crazy.
Soldier in the heart of America. Oh god, that sounds way worse now.
Proof Buffalo schools are tripping up child abuse.
Whoa.
That's from 3 weeks ago, though.
Oh yeah.
Also, it's from,
Dave's like, I don't care anymore. Fuck it.
also, it's from YouTube. That's not necessarily
Yeah. What's going on, guys?
credible.
I mean, you could just
Wait,
look-
the school board is running defense for child abusers. Well, I need more proof than that.
So does every single fucking church.
Okay, hold on. Buffalo
one
Public School
is
Board
more-
members,
more
teachers,
guilty.
and staff speak out against actions by the board president.
Yeah, this isn't
I need more
established.
information on
This
this
is
to talk about
way
it.
unestablished at this point.
The admin covered up a bunch of incidents, refused to call the cops. Okay,
Lumi covered the Buffalo school thing. Just ask her. Weren't you talking to her the other day?
I was not about this.
Man, I want to go to Buffalo. I guess I don't want to anymore.
Listen, guys, this is just another hentai plot
Oh,
where ugly
jeepers.
bastard becomes principal of a school, and then just starts recruiting the hot girls into his harem. Giga Chad. Yes, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Listen to this hentai idea I have. Well, that was the news.
Yeah, stop. I'm joking.
Sure, Dev, sure.
An officer came forward with documented proof. The school board concealed an attempted kidnapping. Yeah, that's fucked up, dude.
Dude,
That's
holy
why.
shit.
Definitely gonna need to see that proof though
Yep.
before making any decisions.
I'll make sure to go check it out.
That's the thing. Like, there's always a ton of video ideas. It's just there's so many things that are unsubstantiated.
I hear you. There. Thanks. I'm joking. I said I'm joking. J-O-K. I'm joking.
Choking on
I'm choking on hot dogs.
I'm
Thanks.
choking on hot dog. Are you in Thailand?
Dog.
You're choking a hot dog in the middle of the street in Thailand?
Podcast called Unsubscribed. I think that's what I saw, actually.
Choking on hot dogs under a blanket in
Yeah, the
Battery Park?
Unsubscribed podcast. What the fuck is this podcast? Shut up. Shut up. No,
Weapon-
shut up.
Weaponized autism.
All right, I'll check it out. That's fucking wild, though, isn't it? That is wild.
Man, it's some fucked up shit. You know, I think it all comes back to that guy that was kidnapped. He caused all of this.
The actual police officer came forward with actual evidence. Living James Lindsay basically wrecking Carl and Akamic agent. They don't view themselves as wrecked. And I'm gonna like that was another video that I was working on before I started. Like, I have too many videos I'm working on at the same time.
Yep.
But like, For your No Mercy video, research the 1993 Wired article titled "A Grape in Cyberspace." You mean not rape in cyberspace?
Yeah.
Space. Okay. Yeah.
So Spike.
Spy do that. Okay.
It's a good thing Wired is really good about archiving their shit.
Like Wired is fucking not good at anything.
Well,
Wired.
yeah, it's now, but in the 90s, Wired was a big deal.
I guess.
Or maybe it was a grape in space.
A grape?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
It's probably a rape.
It's
That's-
rape.
A rape in cyberspace.
Oh, look at that.
It's fine, just read the Wikipedia article. It doesn't matter if it's right or wrong.
No. Cyber assault. Oh my god. Imagine getting raped in DOS.
Wow, it's a mud game. Ah, it's old school.
Okay. I'll look into these things after the stream. Thank you very much for supplying me with information,
Keep
guys.
supplying me. Supply me, my daddy.
Wait, Dev isn't allowed to appeal to a higher authority, keep the standards exact? What are you talking about, Snake? What the fuck is this?
What? Sounds like nonsense to me.
Sounds like nonsense to me. All right, I'll look into it though. But okay. That's all the articles for today, guys.
Yep.
Wow.
We've completed them. Thank
Yep.
you.
We've gone to completion? How do you know?
There we go. So what game are we playing? We're gonna play video games.
Sea of Stars
We're
DLC.
playing Sea of Stars DLC.
Might as well.
Okay.
It's on Game Pass. It's free. It's easy to set up if it's.
Isn't it free for everyone? I have it on Switch. Wait, our save files on Switch.
Oh right. I don't. Is it necessary though? I don't. Even
I don't
know.
fucking know.
Okay, well we'll look into it.
We should have looked into it before.
Didn't have
you
time.
Fucking unprofessional fucks.
I was in therapy.
Ugh.
Literally.
Still.
You told me that at
unprofessional.
times about libertarian philosophy and who to talk to. Damn goldfish brain. Get good. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? Oh, dude, we should play the OTK game. Yeah.
No.
No, it's not OTK. It's something else. OFK?
I don't care.
OHK?
It's
Whatever. I
OFK.
don't care.
OFK. We're playing OFK.
It's literally just a friggin'
I'm
it's
okay
like
with
an interactive video.
That's fine.
No.
Is it cross save? I don't know. Anyway,
Well, I guess give us 20 minutes or half an hour to investigate. Go have lunch.
it will not take us that long. Okay. Give us 15.
I
We'll
need
come
X's in the
back.
chat.
We'll play
X's
video
to doubt.
games.
X's in the chat.
Okay? See you next time, guys. BRB.
Bye.